I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone. Caught it! Dwight!
Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
And that'll do it. It's over. The Golden State Warriors return to a familiar place. They're on top of the NBA world.
We're down to 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over for Chicago.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah!
And away we go on a Friday. Good morning. Welcome, one and all, in the region, across nations around the world, to the fabulous, fantastic football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning, coming to you live. And thanks for tuning in, however you are tuned in, via YouTube, Twitch, and the BS3 network, and through our audio network stations, including Real Wise Radio, SDM Sports Radio, and others. You can follow the show using the official ID, SIT Mourn. That's SIT Mourn for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and others. Today, we are sponsored by Black Lion Security Firm, the pride of protection with the protection of pride. Also by Fanatics. Go to officialsitmourn.com/Fanatics and support the show as well as your favorite team or player. Fans, shop. My guests today include Sam Shady to talk football at the bottom of hour 1, Chris Bass, a.k.a. the Boom Shakalaka himself, at the bottom of hour 2, and Mike Debate at the bottom of hour 3 to talk NFL happenings. Training camps have started. We're going to launch deep into our training camp coverage next week. You can chime in and be interactive with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/snowmaninthemorning50, or you can hit the text line at 910-775-0927. That's 910-775-0927. That's our brand new text line. All of our comments and everything else will be featured in the Fanatics feedback zone. Well, we got some work to do. And while I'm in the process of sending everything out to everybody that needs to happen, this is now day 8 for me without caffeine. And believe me, before I came on the air this morning, I was so tempted to fire up that coffee maker, but I said, you know what? No, I'm going to keep the momentum going, and I'm going to do this the right way. And with all the things that are going on, I forgot to set up one of my weapons here. Let's go to the feedback zone. Good morning, guys. The Rod Uncensored podcast joining us, and he has a new logo. Wait till y'all see that. Sick Diggy joining us from Norway, so we are now internationally syndicated. Chris Dietz joins us as well. Drew Willingham, thank you for joining us. And Diggy greets the Rod Uncensored podcast, and Drew Willingham greets everyone in the chat as well. As I said, you can join us in the chat by subscribing to youtube.com/snowmaninthemorning50, or you can hit the text line. All right, I think I got everything ready here. I thought I had everything ready before. Nope, I didn't. Doggone it. Doggone technology. Drew Willingham can't function without caffeine. I tell you what, Drew, I don't know some moments how I am functioning without caffeine, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, doggone it. I nearly put my streak to an end today. I nearly did. And Sick Diggy, I promised I'd show you this. That's the tweet that Steph Curry sent out with the simple caption, "What they gonna say now?" And I stick with my guns and saying that this recent Warriors championship is not only the first of two, but three. I'm going to give a few minutes for my partner to come in, and I'm going to let him conduct the whip around this morning. But yeah, I feel this is not only the first of two, but three for the Golden State Warriors. And I said on Legacy on Fire last July, when it was posed, would the Milwaukee Bucks be able to repeat as champions? I flat out said no. And I basically predicted the two teams that would be in the finals, which were the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. I'll have my set perfected over the weekend. And I correctly said that it's all about the return of the Golden State Warriors. And nobody wanted to believe me. Nobody wanted to believe me after the last two seasons and everything that's happened. All right. While my partner gets in here, let's get to the whip around. And today, the whip around is presented by Monkey Knife Fight. Get a 100% deposit on up to $100 on your initial deposit. Let's go. Seems like the Arizona Cardinals have backed off. They pulled the plug on Murray's film study clause. And my question is, why? You made an investment in him. Don't you think don't you think you need to set the terms? If you're going to make that kind of investment in him, don't you want to try to get to don't you want to try to get the best out of him? I think this is going to turn around and bite him in the rear end. Dub City won't three-peats, no man. Yes, they will. Who's going to stop them? But that's a discussion for next week. So the Arizona Cardinals backed off their clause. I say that's I say that's a mistake. I don't know why. I just feel that's a mistake. Moving on. It seems that DK Metcalf is hell-bent on staying in Seattle, and Seattle has rewarded him. A 3-year, $72 million extension for what people are calling one of the best receivers in the NFL today. And I doubt that very seriously. Yeah, I'm coming with the fire this morning. Cole Johnson now joins me. Good morning, sir.
Man, already? Wow.
I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. They want to say Quan. They want to say DK Metcalf is one of the best receivers in football. Nope.
Now, he's one of the best talents in terms of physical raw ability, but in terms of skill set,
he hasn't perfected.
You can find a few who can, just in route running alone. You could basically say he doesn't even belong in that category.
Me and Drew are having an argument. Miami Heat will stop them. Miami Heat has to get there first.
Oh, you're talking about the Heat versus the Warriors?
Yeah. Who do the Heat have besides Jimmy Butler? We'll discuss. We'll discuss that later. But Drew,
they still have to get past the Celtics first,
and they still have to get past the Celtics, and that ain't happening. And I stand by my statement. This is not only the first one for Golden State, not only the first of two, but I believe the first of three. I'll argue that later. And no, Rod, LeBron James is not winning another championship ever again. Period. I just cussed. Next. Quan Alexander has a 1-year deal now with the New York Jets to rejoin defensive coordinator extraordinaire turned head coach Robert Saleh. Quan Alexander spent a couple of years with San Francisco under Robert Saleh in that system. I ask you, partner, will this be a marriage made in heaven or a match made in hell?
The Alexander Saleh relationship will be a match made in heaven. The fact that Saleh and Alexander will be wearing Jets uniforms, the whole relationship will be a situation made in hell.
Mm-hmm. Because in 3 words, it's the Jets.
Look, I will say that I will say this because I know Wise will probably say, "Well, now you sleeping on the Jets?"
Yep.
No,
Yep.
I know the Jets have improved in talent. I know, and they're on the rise, and they have some pieces that would make you say, "Well, you can't take them for granted," like the Titans and the Bengals did last year. But you still have to deal with the 3 opponents and 3 divisional rivals in their own division.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not better than the Dolphins, they're not better than the Patriots, and they're most certainly not better than the Bills. So just from that standpoint alone, it's going to be rough waters for the Jets.
And besides, in 3 words, it's the Jets.
Just into suffering.
Just end the suffering. And by week 3, I say, just end the season. And as I often say, next! I'm going to let you have this one and be the ultimate troll. I will just read what I have here in front of me.
Oh, please.
Dak Prescott. Yes, that Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Who Mike McCarthy and Jason Garrett before him have run into the dirt and have separated his shoulder by throwing 50 times a game. Hopes it will be a golden year for him and deliver the Cowboys' first Super Bowl title since 1995. That will be Super Bowl 30.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's win a divisional round playoff game, Mr. Prescott.
Yeah,
let's do that first.
Let's win a playoff game first. Let's win a wild card game.
No, he's won a wild card game. He's done that already.
Mm-hmm.
No, let's win a divisional round game because the team in which you, Don, they haven't done it since January of 1996. So now the next time that possibility will happen will be 27 years since it has. So, and the team that you have, and I know this will disappoint some Cowboys fans. I don't care.
Say it. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and preach. That's why I'm giving it to you.
Your team is not nearly as talented this year as it was last year. And this actually came from my man, Ivan Dawkins. He says, I did not see him. He said, I did not see any improvement from last year to this year. And in addressing the needs that the Cowboys had to address, I'm 100% in agreement with him.
So am I. You saw the failure of that in the wild card game.
And all you have to do is circle the running back position. Their best running back is Tony Pollard.
Sorry, did you say running back position?
Yes.
Did you say running back?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought you said.
Tony Pollard's their best running back, yet they have thrown the Brinks truck in Ezekiel Elliott's direction. So,
yeah,
you have those issues. And that typifies the team.
They're supposed to run the football. And yet Debo Samuel ran over their asses last January.
And the thing is, Dak Prescott will have that golden year if the Cowboys do run the ball more. But we have, who's the head coach of that team? Oh,
Mike
yes.
McCarthy.
The guy who wants his quarterback to throw 45, 50, 55 times a game.
Mm-hmm. Just ask Aaron Rodgers.
Sad.
Hey, Mike McCarthy, haven't you figured it out yet that you actually have a running game at your disposal? Something you got rid of in Green Bay? Oh, did I say that aloud?
Needlessly, I may add.
Stop smoking vitamins, Dak. Absolutely. Start the show over and stop the cap. No and no. LeBron James, and I hate cussing, Wait. You can't talk basketball no more for saying Tom Chambers is better than LBJ. Read my lips. Tom Chambers, Jack Sikma, James Worthy, Scottie Pippen, Julius Erving, Larry Bird, all are better than that bum.
Well, hold on.
The fakers.
I have a breaking news whip around portion. Hold on a second.
Let's have it.
LeBron James lost to Jason Terry.
Damn it.
Oh, that feels much better. Okay.
I got a better one.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James lost to JJ Barea. LeBron James lost to Klay Thompson 3 times. LeBron James lost to Draymond Green 3 times. While I'm in the process of playfully pissing Rod off.
And the king got cooked by the chef 3 times.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it. Oh, by the way, LeBron James lost to Tony Parker. And Tim Duncan. And oh yeah, at the free throw line in 2014, LeBron James got spooked when Kawhi Leonard was set to enter the game. In other words, Rod, Yo Kang ain't all of that. Period. Close the door. Now that we've chewed the fat on that, when we come back, we're going to chew the fat on Zion Williamson, who has a clause inserted into his contract,
Yes, he does.
which should have been there since the beginning. And I'm off caffeine. I'm pulling no punches today. Back in a flash.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
For Steph Curry.
Tim Anderson.
Jordan Alvarez.
And it's caught. Debo Samuel with the catch. Michael Jordan can sense.
The Fro just got the king.
BS3 Network.
The hottest of hot takes. The coldest of cold hard facts. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Weekdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings for your viewing and listening pleasure.
BS3 Network. Changing the way you watch TV.
Do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
And again, the 1-2 pitch on the way to Saunders. Swing and a fly ball deep to right field. Bautista going back to the track to the ball. Get out the rye bread and mustard, Grandma. It is grand salami time. Michael Saunders with a grand slam home run, the first of the year for the Mariners. Here in the top of the 10th inning, would you believe it? And it's now the Mariners 9 and the Blue Jays 5. Saunders' second home run and as many at-bats. Holy smokes! And the Mariners lead 9-5 on the grand slam home run off the bat of Saunders. Dave D. House, that's for you, buddy.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
It's the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts. Every day at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.
Hey, Toe Man, we're waiting for you. This is Snowman in the Morning.
It is indeed Snowman in the Morning. We are in the midst of the first hour. Cole Johnson, Snowman here with you. You sent me an interesting story, which we're going to love to talk about. See, these Zion Williamson hopeful fans, you got no hope now because Zion Williamson has to lose some weight or he don't get paid. Suckers.
Well, that's the clause.
Why don't you tell him about it, please, and really explain it? I'm giving that one to you.
All right,
I'll chime in when I need to, but
okay. So
I want you to have that one.
So of course we know that on his 22nd birthday, Zion Wilson blew out candles along with receiving a 5-year, $193 million extension, which could, in that contract's totality, give him roughly the neighborhood of $230 million. That number seems to be very popular these days.
Arizona. I'm sorry.
However, that contract has a clause in it. And that clause is that Zion could earn all of that money if he can keep his weight and body fat under control.
Before you go any further, put some respect on the king name or you will get treason. Well, I'm just going to be a treasonous MFer because LeBron James ain't the king.
So the number one pick in the 2019 NBA draft will be mandated. I don't want to deal with the talk of number 6 of the Lakers, 33 wins.
I took care of that for you. I'll be right back.
Oh, no problem. So the number one pick in the 2019 NBA draft now will be mandated to do periodic weigh-ins throughout the length of the contract. So, mind you, 5 years he has to get on the scale every now and then. Now, this is according to NOLA.com. Williamson's total body weight and total weight and body fat percentage must come below 295 pounds or the amount of guaranteed money in his deal will shrink. So, of course, he fractured his foot this time last year, and the Times-Picayune reported that he reportedly swelled over 300 pounds. Now, it is not common. He has struggled to keep his weight under control ever since Duke, actually. So now you have a player who's only played 44 games in his rookie season, and he missed all of last year. And now you got to have these clauses to make sure that he is on the up and up, to make sure that he is on the straight and narrow, to make sure that he is doing his part to be the player that he's supposed to be. And joining me in this conversation is the one, the only, Wise
Good morning, brother.
Good morning to you, brother. So we're talking about Zion Williamson. His contract extension actually comes with a clause similar to a Kyler Murray type of clause, but the clause for Zion, of course,
this one actually counts.
But the clause for Zion is he has to keep his battle weight below 285 pounds, or the increase that he would get, he wouldn't be able to get. Well, it won't be null and void all the way. It will decrease significantly.
He's in New Orleans, for God's sake.
He's an investment. It's an Listen, you gotta look at it. They're looking at it. Listen, we're paying you a lot of money, so we need you in this condition.
He's in New Orleans. Okay? Period. Zion went. I don't know if I should say this aloud, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Zion Williamson will fail unless one or two things happen. A, he does trim the fat, or B, he gets the hell out of New Orleans, or C, both. Anybody want to find the lie? Anybody want to find the lie?
I don't know. I put it like this. So you're in a city that promotes eating. I know this because I was born there and I have family who lives there.
Mm-hmm.
It is a city where you have to avoid almost all of the cuisine there in order to live healthy. It is virtually impossible. And if you do have a tongue that likes to eat a lot of food, New Orleans is not the place for you to be. And for those who don't know how New Orleans is laid out, the arena in which they play is right next to Superdome, and the I think the Smoothie King Arena.
Smoothie King. There you go.
Is
Smoothie King Center.
Yeah. Is if 2 miles away from the French Quarter. So and I can tell you, French Quarter has a lot of bars. They have a lot of restaurants, and have many eateries, littered all throughout the French Quarter, and all throughout the CBD, or the Central Business District, and all throughout the city. So it's going to be difficult for him to keep down that weight in the place where he plays. But if he does, I'll be happy for him.
He was having trouble keeping that weight down before he got to Duke. I want success for the young man. Don't get it twisted. I want success for the young man. But given where he plays, not happening.
Now, I'll say this. He's still, I know ESPN, they're crossing their fingers. I mean, the fingers are getting crossed really hard.
And toes.
Yes. NBA offices, their fingers and everything else is crossed hard too.
And they're salivating.
They want this man to be the next big thing. They want to be the next big name, and the first big name since, I won't mention his name, considering that Wise is here.
And it's Friday and not Wednesday.
But they want him to be that type of figure.
They want Zion to be, I borrow from one of my favorite movies, which is Die Hard, the original from 1989. You idiot. It's not the police. It's him. That's what they want. It's him.
I just know.
They just want him to be him.
What could actually cause a monkey wrench in all of this?
Him playing in New Orleans?
Yeah, follow me here though. This is a team that actually has the makings of something. And that is the messed up part about it all.
And Zion Williamson is the big fat ass monkey wrench.
Without him, they made the playoffs and gave the Suns fits.
Phoenix hell.
Yeah, that's without him. Now, normally when you have that package without a figure and they play what you would think is above and beyond what their talent actually says and dictates, normally when you have this new talent that comes in that didn't really gel with you and didn't develop chemistry with you, it normally sinks. You want proof. Look at the 2018 Celtics. They were one quarter away from getting to the NBA Finals.
Yep.
And they did that without Kyrie Irving. You insert Kyrie Irving in the next year, and he is this mercurial talent. They couldn't lay a finger on the Bucks in the conference semifinals. They won the first game, and then they got gentlemen swept. You have to be careful with the talent that is surrounding you, and if you're building something, you got to protect that chemistry and harness it. Because it's cute that this guy looks like an offensive lineman and can do 360s. It's wonderful. But if it doesn't equate to wins, what's your point?
There is no point. I'll say it again. I want him to be successful, but he has to be successful in the right situation. And in 3 words, this ain't it. This ain't it.
No.
Ryan McCoffey. It's not just the food, it's also the alcohol. One thing I learned on my weight loss journey is how unwittingly I drink calories when I have a couple beers. Been there, done that.
And that's why, Ryan, I mentioned bars too there, because there's a lot of bars in the French Quarter. A lot of them. And you're correct.
Rod's at it again on this Football Friday. I won't even read this ridiculousness aloud because neither one of these two is getting to the. Okay, let's go on. Let's go on.
Thank you. Yes, because
let's go on.
He wanted to come at me with my team, and I basically shut that down. Now,
and I'm so glad you did.
Now, with Zion, what he needs to do is he needs to find a way to bond with Brandon Ingram, find a way to bond with CJ McCollum, find his way and his avenue into how he could fit into what is already a building and successful program, so that it wouldn't be it's the Zion Williamson show and the rest of the people. It will be Zion Williamson adding to the chemistry that is already being built. So if he is wise enough to do that, then I would like him to actually adhere to what the Pelicans want him to do, and that's basically treat his basketball career seriously and be a basketball player, period, not just be an attraction. Because right now that's what
building him, which is what the NBA offices and everybody else involved is building him towards, and not just being just being a basketball player.
If he could focus on being a basketball player, Cole, you name a couple of names that make them a threat. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram. And if Zion can come play and contribute his talents, he's a talented player. Let's not get it twisted. He's a talent.
But he wasn't the best. Let me bring up
he's not point. He is not the most healthiest person. He doesn't want to come in shape. That's a problem. And if you should have learned from past experiences that when you don't come in shape, look at the injuries that happen to you. All these injuries start affecting you, and now your shoes are exploding, your feet are, and a lot of the things have to do with his feet and a lot of stuff. But when you have all the weight, me knowing from experience now that having all this weight is a bitch to carry.
It's a problem.
It can be a huge problem.
It's absolutely a problem. Hey, Cole, you want to see something funny? Read this.
Just start the show over because it's too much cap.
Okay.
I
have a response. I have a response.
I think
now, Rod, we love you dearly. We do.
Hit him with it.
We love you dearly.
Hit him with it.
I got a couple of responses. So first of all, Rod, why don't you do this?
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
And secondly, Rod, and you're welcome for the logo I did for you. It was my pleasure.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
That feels so good.
I got one more here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to find it. Now, we didn't intend to get off the train, get off the tracks.
Okay. No, that's okay.
When do we ever intend?
We're
When
gonna
do
work.
we ever intend getting off the
No,
train?
Thank you,
we're gonna
Wise.
work it. We're
Thank
gonna
you,
work it
Wise.
in. Yes, we're gonna work
Okay,
it in.
we're gonna work it in. Rod, I got one more for you. As far as you telling us to start the show over and stop the cap and your Super Bowl prediction.
The previous show and the previous show derailment is brought to you by the Rod Uncensored Podcast. Join him on YouTube, and you can derail his show just like he derails ours. That's the Rod Uncensored
Actually,
Podcast.
Rod has invited us on his show.
Yes, he has.
I know.
So
Well, we'll work
it out. We'll work it out.
With a guy like Rob, we can have fun with him because he gives us
Yeah.
the same mess that we give him.
Yeah,
It's the rest of that.
It's all good.
BS
We love
nation.
this.
It's all good nature,
We love.
yeah.
We know.
The rest of that BS nation, and I'm trying desperately not to say the name. That. Okay. I'll stop there. Let's.
You gotta. Life is too short, man. We have to enjoy this one. And Rod is a funny dude. He's funny.
Yeah, he is.
He's
Rod's
entertaining.
Rod's
He's
hilarious.
entertaining.
Yes, he is.
Rod's hilarious. All right, 36 after the hour.
Business time.
Here's Sam. What up,
How's
Sam?
it going, fellas?
What's
up,
going
brother?
on, Big Sam?
How you guys doing today?
Man, we're good. How are you, man?
Definitely.
You said
he decked out Eagles gear. Okay, he's ready.
Said you had some news for us.
Yeah, actually, there's a couple things going on that I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
One league is collapsing. The Major League of Football, as of yesterday, well, I don't want to say they announced it because they were not wanting this to get out. They did not pay their bills at the hotel for the past 3 weeks that they were staying at. And due to that, they had to send players home. Basically, the league is requesting that players go home for a week and come back. No player in their right mind is going to do that. I'm sorry, MLFB. This is probably the nail in the coffin for you guys.
Dangerous slippery slope. Yeah.
Agreed. With that being said, players and coaches have not received any of their pay yet. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
I know they technically haven't played a game, and it's technically paid.
Didn't we
for
see
a
that
week
2 years ago?
for a game. Yeah, it's very sad to see.
Didn't we see this
a
2
lot of
years
guys?
ago?
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of guys in this league that I know personally, and it's really sad to see them lose this opportunity. But with that being said, a coworker of mine at XFL News Hub set up a GoFundMe. We're trying to raise $1,000 to help these guys get home. So if you can contribute even a couple bucks, that's out on Twitter. I'll post the link probably in the comments after I get off of here.
Please
and,
do. Please do. We will do what we can.
Exactly.
Yes.
Trying to help the players. I mean, a lot of these guys are stranded, sleeping in stadiums and stuff because they got locked out of hotel rooms. None of these guys were supposed to be paying out of pocket for their rooms. So they were not prepared for this. And they haven't received pay. So how are they supposed to pay anyways?
Right. That's just messed up.
But on a good note, on good news, the IFL has decided to expand by 2 teams in 2023. So one of the teams is already confirmed. That's the Columbus Wild Dogs. And then the other team is going to be based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they are voting for a name right now. So that is some good news. 2 teams coming in the IFL. Maybe some of the players from the MLFB can latch on with some of these teams for the 2023 season and avoid being out of work for long.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You hate seeing opportunity go by the boards. And I'll say again, we saw it 2 years ago with the AAF down the same slippery slope.
And didn't even get to play half a season.
Nope.
Yep.
They shut down before half the season. And you would think they had a couple of good minds in place.
Yeah.
You would think they had a couple of good minds in place, including Oliver Luck. And it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ay.
There's a lot to be said about all these leagues that come in and collapse. I kind of understand what happened with the XFL in 2020. COVID comes up. There's not much you can do about that. That flipped the whole world upside down.
Yeah.
And in my personal opinion, the XFL would still be going if it weren't for that. But other than that one league, every other league besides the USFL in 2022 has looked so unprepared. It's taken so long for any league to get through a full season that it's kind of sad to see. It's like, man, you guys spend years planning these leagues, and then just for them to collapse. I mean, I get that you want to rush the product to the field, and that makes sense. But at the same time, if it's at the detriment of players and coaches, you're completely ruining your reputation to ever launch again.
Sam Shady joining us talking football operations, and
well said, Sean.
The MLFB is done because there's no way they can relaunch again with
I don't know
this.
How you can come back. I don't know how you can come back from that.
Agreed.
There's just no way they can come back. Let's go north of the border and look at this. Look at the CFL. They're in operation, and the Hamilton Tiger Cats got their second win last night over the Montreal Alouettes, 24-17, and that was a weird game for me to watch. An exciting one, but a weird one. Because you had Hamilton up 24-6, which is actually when I went to bed. Next thing I know, it's 24-17. The alert I'm coming in. What happened to the Owls last night?
That's a good question because I would basically left the game right about the same point you did. I saw it 24-6, and I was like, man, here we go again. The Alouettes aren't even competitive. It's just been a rough season so far. But with that being said, I basically kind of stopped paying attention. And then, I saw the end of the game, and I'm like, wow, it's 24-17. What happened? All of a sudden Hamilton just shut down. So I'll have to go back and look at that one a little bit closer because I'm not quite sure exactly how that all worked out.
The thing with the Ticats, they've played 4 home games. 3 of them they've had significant leads, but 2 of them they lost, and they nearly lost this one. They've had a lot of injuries go on with them this year, and this is a far cry from their Grey Cup appearance last December. But how do the Ticats use this momentum going forward? Because they have a lot of East Division games coming up.
Absolutely. Well, see, Hamilton's got a solid roster, but like you said, they're dealing with some depth concerns. So it'll be iffy if they can continue the momentum. I mean, if they can get some guys healthy over the next couple weeks and bring back some of their stars that are banged up, then I believe that they'll continue the momentum. But currently, with the injury situation the way it is, it's kind of rough. It's hard to say if they'll be able to continue it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. The Toronto Argonauts going into this weekend are the only team in the East Division with a winning record. They're 3-2 coming into this weekend. But the game of the weekend is in Calgary. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Calgary Stampeders. Winnipeg 7-0, Calgary 4-1. And I told producer Clark this yesterday when I had him on. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 40 or 50 point game for both clubs.
I could definitely see that. Both of these teams have high-powered offenses.
It would be one of those 55-51 kind of games. Winnipeg and Calgary definitely the game of the week. But BC better be careful because if they lose this week, then they're going to be in trouble heading into more division play. And they started out 3-0 on the year.
Yes, they did. Yeah, this season in general has been kind of crazy to see. I mean, other than Winnipeg, that's kind of been on a roll for 3 seasons straight now.
Right.
It's been up and down with every team, and it's it's great to see on one hand because any given week, any team can win. But at the same time, it's like, okay, who's going to shake out at the top here? I mean, because like you said, other than Calgary and Winnipeg, a lot of these teams they're up one week, they're down the next, and you just really don't know what you're going to get on a week-in, week-out basis at this point.
Tell me about your conversation with an XFL hopeful, which is a mutual friend of ours by the name of Jeremiah Spicer. I caught part of that interview. What was your what kind of feeling did you get when you talked to that young man?
He is, man, how do I put this? He has determination unlike anybody else I've ever seen. And I know I say that a lot, but it's like what the man's gone throughout his life is just unbelievable. He has fought homelessness. There was points in time where he would be wandering around the street with his mother and not have shoes on his feet, and he would walk till his feet would bleed, and he wouldn't know where his next meal was coming from. He was in group homes at one point, and then he made it all the way up to the professional football level and got drafted by actually the MLFB in 2016, and then again in 2019 he was drafted by the XFL. He's trying to go back to the XFL in 2023. He went to a showcase very recently. So from what I understand, most of the XFL players from 2020 are getting a draft invite at a very minimum.
Good.
So I believe he'll be in the draft class. So definitely rooting for him to get a spot on the roster. Veteran guy, lots of talent, still very, very capable of playing the game, despite the fact that he's over 30 years old. But with him, he brings leadership, physicality, and athleticism. So he's definitely still a player that many teams should be looking at.
Our Eagles representative, Sam Shady, joining us. You can catch him as part of the NFC Beast with Wise and others. And you can catch him here each and every Friday talking all things football. An absolute pleasure, my friend. We love you. Can't wait to talk in 7 days.
Again, I am so appreciative of you guys having me on every week, and I can't wait to see you guys next weekend.
All right, we'll do it next week. Thank you, Sam.
Have a good one.
You too, brother.
I'm watching that Winnipeg Calgary game this weekend. I'm watching that game because I want to see if it will be a 50-point game. You know what? Sick Diggy is foul, but it's true. I'm going to let y'all read this and peruse it.
Here's a thought. What if the Pelicans contacted the Nets? New Orleans trades Zion Williamson for Ben Simmons.
I have an answer to that. You already know what the answer is. And I know I'm going to get zapped for it, but Bishop Bullwinkle, please answer this.
Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. Listen.
And if you've seen this man on a runway in Paris or Milan or in his Lamborghini, stop him immediately and get him back on an NBA court immediately, because he has not seen an NBA court, the place where he's supposed to do his trade, in 13 months. So reporting to Snowman in the morning, we will get him. Okay, we'll put him in luggage and have him fly to Brooklyn.
He ain't going to play this year. I'm just going to go ahead and place that out there.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right. I promise this would happen.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going to play this year. That's Chris Deeds as Thor as he's on his way to a Comic-Con in his area.
That's awesome, man.
I promise this would happen.
Bring in the hammer. Ready to cut down anything purple and gold.
Thor as he's on his way to a Comic-Con in his area. Promise this would happen. All right, Deeds.
You guys have a good one.
Thank you.
You too, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Enjoy it, brother. Oh,
he said he wanted to show us his costume. He's on his way to a convention.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
I went to Comic-Con in New York City. I had a great time.
Yeah, I hear it's a good place to be. Any Comic-Con, wherever they host it.
I went to one in Rosemont, Illinois, back in 2003. Same year the Spurs smashed the Lakers in 6 games. AL Evans from Houston giving
What's
us
up,
a
AL?
salute. What's up, AL?
My fellow
And he
Houstonian brother.
salutes Sick Diggy as well.
Mhm.
The Nick Foles TD and the Hurts in the Super Bowl against my Patriots. Which one?
The Philly special.
The Philly special. Philly special.
The Philly special.
And I'll never forget. Foles ran over to Doug Peterson, and he said, "You want Philly, Philly?" And Peterson just shot him a look. I said, "Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's do it." Rod, that's about the closest you'll ever get. That's about the closest your Patriots will ever get to a Super Bowl ever again. Well, I take that back. Because they did win Super Bowl 53. Was it 53 in Atlanta?
I think so.
Was it 53? They won it 13-3.
Yeah, 13-3.
You know what? I don't think Wise has heard this story, but I got to tell this. I told you, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
My wife and I set that afternoon. We were living in Terre Haute, Indiana. We said, you know what? Let's go to B-Dubs and celebrate the Super Bowl. I said, yeah, we can do that. You know, hearing all this talk about the Patriots offense and the Rams offense, we're thinking, okay, this is going to be fun. A couple of mudslides later and some sandwiches, and it's 3-3. I looked at my wife and she looked at me and she says, what the hell is this? I said, you beat me to that question because I don't know. Then, by the time Rob Gronkowski makes a catch with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, which eventually gave the Patriots the win, we say, you know what? We're out of here. Yeah, we're gone. Let's get out of here. And then the next word I heard Jim Nantz say was interception. And my wife and I must have walked fast to the car and got out of there. And when we got home, we were getting ready to go to bed. And I said, I think I know how I'm going to begin my show tomorrow. And before I could blink, she says, what the hell was that? And that's exactly how I began the next day's show. Because I'll never get a clear answer for that question for what happened in that Super Bowl. 13-3.
Yeah.
And until this past Super Bowl, the Rams haven't been the same since. Let's go back to this. Do we see Ben Simmons on the floor next year? No.
Yes, we'll see him on the floor. Now, it depends if we'll see him in a uniform on the floor. Because we saw him on the floor this year. But he was in practice. And then he dressed in regular civilian
Allen
clothes.
Iverson when you need him.
But he's the Nets. He's the mess problem up.
That's what I'm saying. But he's in the perfect situation, though. I mean, the team that he's on will fit exactly what it is that he can contribute, and that's an absolute bona fide mess.
I've been calling in the Brooklyn mess since they got to Brooklyn. Because they've been an absolute mess and they haven't done a doggone thing.
I just don't understand how the Nets want to be such a disorganized unit. I mean, it's just so disorganized.
And to think they got rid of Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah.
They got rid of Kenny Atkinson.
Because they wanted to have somebody that they felt they could trust. They're talking about Durant and Kyrie. And then Kyrie decides to run him, talking about Nash, down at every single time.
Listen, when they had Kenny Atkinson and they had the little core that they had with Ferris LeVert, Jared Allen, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Mm-hmm.
They were winning. They were winning games.
Yeah.
They were building a culture.
You needed to add a few more pieces. You didn't have to add superstars because you had a couple of them that were budding on that team.
Right.
But you go in and want to make the big splash and bring in Kyrie and bring in Kevin Durant and trade for Harden, and when you was already going in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I really don't want the Knicks to do that, the Donovan Mitchell trade, because they have so many young players and talent.
Mm-hmm.
And in the 3 years since, the Nets have only won one playoff series.
One. Just one.
And remember, you live closer to the area wise, they were saying that the Nets took over New York as soon as Durant and Kyrie and
It wasn't saying that over here.
DeAndre Jordan.
It wasn't saying that over here.
Signed their John Hancocks on the dotted line. They were like, yeah, well, the Nets have taken over New York. I'm like, no, they haven't.
Who said that?
Oh, I'll put it this way.
First and foremost, it was this guy before they. Doggone it! It was this guy before they even moved.
They're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
I was going to say the 4-letter network was
He
all
said
over.
Trying. He said trying.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That is a Negronite.
I know what he said.
The rest of the network was saying that they did take over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying to myself, how? That is a Nick town if ever was one.
They don't listen. They can say whatever they want. They're up in Bristol or wherever they're at. No, we're good. Like, only people who might be happy is net fans that were once Knicks fans but were so traumatized from all the losing and stuff that they just gave up on the team. But true blue Knicks fans don't sweat that, man. We know the deal.
I'm happy because
we know whose city it is.
Yeah, I'm happy.
They can say whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was more exciting for when the Knicks made the playoffs last year than when Brooklyn. Like, it was more excitement about the Knicks game than there were about the Brooklyn game.
Mm-hmm.
So what? Like, that showed you right there, a city, New York. If the Knicks are good, they run that city.
Yeah, they do.
There's no one. There's no competing.
No one that can. No one can compete with them. You just said that. No one can compete with the Knicks when the Knicks are doing well.
Yeah, I said that to you on when we interviewed when I interviewed you, Wise. I said that the one thing that I really like seeing about the Knicks in New York was how the whole city was galvanized in seeing the Knicks make the playoffs. And that same energy with the Nets, who made the playoffs every year since Durant has been a Net, the energy is not even close to there. Not even close.
No. People tell you when they go play at the Garden, like, where does it's crazy. When Knicks fans are,
and the Knicks are so lucky that they didn't make a play for Durant or Kyrie.
Oh, I was so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never wanted them.
If the Nets win a title, the headline in the paper will be Knicks missed the playoffs. Yeah, because they don't give a about the Nets.
It's the same thing when people say, "Well, how can the Clippers overtake LA?" I said this is the only way the Clip. This is the only way. This is the only way that the Clippers can overtake LA is when the Clippers move out of town. That's the only way they'll overtake LA, because it will never happen.
It will never be a Clipper
same
town.
thing with the Nets with the Knicks. The only way the Nets will take over New York is if they move out of the area, because they won't ever take.
Same with the Yankees and the Mets.
No, it can't. No, because Mets have its fans. The Mets have its fans. Their fans. I don't want to say this. I love my friends that are Mets fans. So, but they're like, the Mets are like the little brother. They're not trying. They want to be the big brother.
Mm-hmm.
They want to. They're thirsty to be the big brother, but it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
It'll never happen. I went through that in Chicago for many years. Many years. Being a White Sox fan, and
that relationship's crazy.
No one wants to give the White Sox their due, especially after they won the doggone thing in 2005.
That is crazy.
But in 2006, I was working a baseball game, and I was surrounded by Cub fans, young and old. And they were so excited that they were up 6-5 in the top of the ninth inning when the Cubs were playing the White Sox at Raggedy Field. And then A.J. Przinsky stepped up to the plate against Ryan Dempster. And then this happened.
Now Pierzynski with 2 outs, top of the ninth. Well hit, right field. White Sox take the lead. A.J. Pierzynski says, take that, Cubs fans.
Kenny Albert on the call, and that was July of 2006. And I made the announcement, and I purposely paused when I said, update from Wrigley, A.J. Pierzynski, and I paused, and everybody's leaning in, all the Cub fans are leaning in. They couldn't watch the games. They were watching their kids. And I said, has just hit a 3-run home run. And White Sox fans were across the way, and they heard me, and they exploded to life. And I gave the updated score, and I said, White Sox 8, Cubs 6. And you hear this and to my left, you hear this collective shout of, no! And then the White Sox wound up winning the game. And
I just don't get in that city how the White Sox are so disregarded and the Cubs are so celebrated and embraced.
Well, people love losers, especially in Chicago. Just ask the Chicago Bears.
Well, if that's the case, why does New York not like the Nets?
Because they don't belong there. I'll answer that. The best thing about that is AJ was probably swearing as he ran the bases and crossed home plate. I can confirm that. He was. He was. All right. We're at the top of hour 2. We got something to take care of because hour 2 starts right now.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
Grant with that jump shot's off. Long rebound run down by Hodges, and here's the King. That's a 3.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait. Are you kidding me? Do you believe it?
Hour 2 starts now with Wise, with Cole, yours truly here. And we started the show with a removal of a clause. There is no more independent study clause in Kyler Murray's contract.
That's right. That's right. I'm hold on. Yeah. I smell somebody wanted to sue somebody.
I smell something foul.
I smell somebody wanted to sue somebody because that information, that little detail in the contract got leaked.
Mm-hmm. I smell.
Go ahead, Wise. Go ahead, Wise.
The man spoke. The man said it himself. Okay? The man said it himself. He's like, "Yo, yeah." What he says? He says, "I'm flattered. I actually think I could get to this level without preparation." He'd be point. That's what he was saying. Point blank saying. He was like, "I don't get it. I don't understand why they would even put that out there. Like, this is supposed to be a franchise quarterback, but you're telling the people we're giving him this money, but he needs to study more." I didn't understand that. Why put that out there?
Return on investment. I really would love to believe that they believe or they have faith. Talking about the Cardinals organization had faith that he was preparing like that, but to put that clause in it means that they must not think he has, or at least he has done it.
Nor do they trust him.
Okay,
that's my thought.
I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's what I'm thinking. That's how they thought.
Okay.
It's
And I circled the play, wild card round, beginning the second quarter.
Yep.
When Murray was backed in his end zone and he tried to avoid a would-be sack in the end zone for his safety. And instead of taking the safety, he decides to throw a wounded duck, and he throws a 5-yard interception that went for 6. I think it's things like that. And to me, the attitude that he had going down the stretch when the Cardinals had their rough patch before they righted the ship and got into the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they felt as though this guy just simply doesn't have that leadership gene they want to have their NFL quarterbacks to have. Again, not right. I don't think that's true. But I think that's the vibe they were passing along with that clause.
I think if they found a way to protect him and find a way to save him, because you can tell from at the beginning of the season he's phenomenal. As the season goes on and he takes a beating and then all this happens, his stats start going back. He starts regressing. And people say, "Oh, he's too small to play the position." Well, then you drafted him. Then now you need to find a way to protect him. You have to find a way to keep him upright without taking it. These are the risks you take from taking a quarterback his size. Russell Wilson is a great quarterback, yes, but he's another player. He starts off the season hot in it, but as the season goes on and the abuse he takes, it's worn down.
Yep. Let's talk some more football. Here's Ben. Ben Sutter joins us now. Good morning, Ben.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Morning, sir.
Good. I do want to jump in on this Kyler Murray conversation real quick.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. I think I agree with Wise, but also you drafted the kid. You knew what talent he was. Cliff Kingsbury coached against the guy multiple times. So the fact that they even put that in the contract, to me, is stupid. He's a quarterback. Why would he not be watching film or in the film room more than anybody else? And and I agree with his comments, Kyler's comments, the fact that he's that short, he has to prepare even more. So to me, to even put that in a contract, to me, that'll make a lot of sense to begin with. But I think a lot of NFL teams don't have backbone at this time to decide if they want to sign somebody or not. They just cave in and sign somebody.
Yeah. All the whining, all the bitching, the whining and the moaning by Kyler Murray, and they give him $230 million. Really?
No, $160 million of it guaranteed.
They give him $160 million guaranteed when he hasn't. Okay, I'll go ahead and say it. When he hasn't proven a doggone thing.
Yeah. And NFL teams at this point, I said this to one of my good friends, they're paying for potential. They're not paying for what they've done.
Can you preach that again, please, Ben? Can you preach that again?
They're paying for potential. Dak is a number one example. Dak's I think he's a good quarterback, but has he won the Cowboys anything? No. Kyler hasn't won anything. DK is another example. DK's had 2 1,000-yard seasons.
And
the fact, so I mean, it's like the money is being paid to players for their potential, what they think they're going to do, and they're hoping that they get their return back, and that's the truth.
Yeah, DK Metcalf, as we talked about earlier, 3 years, $72 million. Let's go back to Dak. He's saying this is going to be his golden year and wants to lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl. And Cole had the perfect response when he said,
sorry, I had to clear the throat. Quote,
why don't you lead your team to a divisional round win first? Then we'll talk.
Close quote.
Yeah.
I always say, find the lie. And I
Yeah,
see
no,
one.
no lie. No lie. There was a stat that I heard that literally hurt my feelings. I had to find some tissue. Tom Brady. Tom Brady has more playoff wins with Tampa Bay than the Cowboys have had in the past 25, well, it was 27 years at this point.
Wow.
That is utterly
Wow.
ridiculous.
That's utterly disrespectful.
That is horrible.
And that's also utterly true.
It is.
True.
It is.
And that's also utterly true. As I tell Rod all the time, as we tell Rod all the time, truth hurts.
Yeah.
Truth is a pain in the ass, but it hurts. Ben Sutter joining us here talking football on this Football Friday. Man, I will pose a question to Ben that Cole has posed and many others have posed to Ben. Why don't the Cowboys run the football often?
Yeah, I really wish I knew the answer to that. I need to sit down with Kellen Moore and just write run on every single sheet he has, so it's a reminder to run the ball.
I mean, you got an offensive line that resembles now the 95 offensive line. Tuane, Newton, Kennard, Allen, and Eric Williams. They were built to run the football, and they did run the football. Why? Why don't they
just
do
give
the
up?
same thing?
They just give up too soon, especially when things go south. All Cowboys fans can see it. They're gonna abandon the run, and they're gonna pass over and over and over again. And I think too, the real truth is Zeke is not the running back that he used to be. Like, we need to stop playing around.
Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, he's not the running back.
$90 million. And my next two words to you, Ben, for what?
Yeah, he's not the running back that he used to be. And so I think that's a major part of it. Because you can call run plays all day, but if your running back is not able to get that yards after contact, which is what was one of Zeke's biggest things, then that's going to continue to be a problem. So, yeah, I think Pollard should get more touches. He's probably not going to get more than Zeke because Zeke obviously makes
they trust Zeke.
money.
They should have been feeding Zeke in the first doggone place.
Yeah.
They should have been feeding Zeke in the first place, and yet they allowed Zeke. All right, here we go. Find the lie. They allowed Zeke to get fat and happy off of his rookie season.
Literally.
They paid him $90 million. Yeah, literally and figuratively. They allowed Zeke to get fat and happy off of his rookie season. They paid him $90 million, and he hasn't done a doggone thing since.
Yeah, and I was on board with signing Zeke to that extension, but now I've come to the realization that this running back position, one of the radio hosts here in Dallas says it all the time, it's a dying position. You cannot pay a guy a second contract at running back unless they're an Adrian Peterson, and there's not very many Adrian Petersons.
Not many.
And you can go down the list. Todd Gurley, that was a fail.
Yep, big time fail.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, I think, will probably be the only one that I would recommend because he's just, Derrick Henry just a generational talent. But I don't know if you even pay him. I mean, because that second contract normally doesn't work out, and a running back is one of the most contacted players on the field, so it's going to wear them down faster than almost any position.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Ben Sutter joining us here on the program, talking football as he always does on this Football Friday. One more point before we get out of here. What are the Cowboys? Okay, it's not a question of what are the Cowboys going to do. I mean, this is Gerald Jones we're talking about, but my question is, who is Dak Prescott going to throw to?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, number one, obviously, CeeDee Lamb. If they take CeeDee Lamb away, you don't have Gallup for at least week one. He's already said he laughed and said, I'm not even going to pretend to say I'm going to be ready week one. So I think you're going to have to. Dalton Schultz obviously is going to be a guy. They really like this rookie, Jalen Tolbert. He's out of South Alabama, so he's a potential. But it's going to be a committee, so they all better be ready because the ball's coming to you.
I don't see Jay Novacek walking through the door anytime soon, or Jason Witten.
Nope, those days are over.
Yeah, those days are over. Those days are done. Go ahead, Cole.
So I do have to ask this question though to you, sir. Gerald showed up again, and I'm proud of Gerald. So what are your thoughts on his latest comments and his walking back of them?
Oh, that moonwalk he did. that moonwalk on the comments he gave.
Yeah. He's very. He has a very, some people say people have a way with words. Well, he has a horrible way with words. He can't seem to say something and not reverse it, and then reverse it again,
and not put his foot in his mouth.
You're like, what exactly did you just say? Like, just stop talking, please. Make an excuse to why you don't want to talk, because we don't need to hear from you. But that's
I don't reference Skip Bayless often, if at all.
That's bad.
I don't reference Skip Bayless often, if at all. But the two words he said were Coach Jones. It applies.
He's right.
It applies.
Yeah, I think at this point he is more so, the grandfather that you're trying to take the keys from, but he keeps driving away. You can't get it from him quick enough. That's pretty much what's going on here.
That's exactly what's going on. Ben started.
The kids are trying to get the keys. He's like, "Whoops, I'm already up the street." That's
I'm already gone in a Ford 500 that I just bought.
And I just slipped my hand up the skirt of a 25-year-old blonde. What you got to say about
down
that?
the shirt of a 25-year-old redhead.
And that's how
really
that's how I roll.
All right, Ben started joining us here on the program as he does each and every football Friday. Thanks a lot, my man. Appreciate the time. We love you, and we love the BS3 network. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Have a good Friday.
You too, brother.
All right, Cole, take us to break. I got a phone call to make, so I'm going to step out of the way for a couple moments, but take us to break, and then we got some time to kill before you know who.
That's right. This is Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. Watch it, Heavy joining us as well.
Yeah, I got it
right back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Thanks for listening to this episode of Snowman in the Morning. You can support us at Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson every time you shop for fan gear or collectibles at Fanatics. Just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and click on the Fanatics logo. Then shop as planned and we'll get a commission on your sale that will help us a ton. Next time you're going to shop at Fanatics, just visit officialsitmorn.com/fanatics and support our morning show. Thanks.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
program that gives you the flavor.
Washington Commanders? Really?
This whole thing stinks to high heaven.
That pulls no punches.
Thuggish act by a thuggish actor.
That gives you some humor.
Praise everything LeBron does and never criticize it.
If you want a show that gives you good times, then this is that show.
I am Cole Johnson, and welcome to
Cole Sports with a Z. Every Friday on Patreon, and every Saturday on YouTube, Spreaker, and all other outlets.
Owen, let's talk for a second.
Hi, Ellen. Come on in.
When you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
It'll come to you.
It won't.
We had a lot to learn about each other. A lot. Hey, looks good. Things were changing so quickly. We didn't know what the future would hold. Any of us. I just wish you felt more at home now. But we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I'm so proud to call you my son.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Well, you operated Dr. K by going to Instagram on and Twitter on and TikTok on and let's see. Oh, yes, and Twitch. On official SIT Morn, it's official SIT Morn with Brian Snow, and of course with the man you see joining me, Wise El Jefe. I am Cole Johnson. Welcome back to the second hour on this Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. And all right, well, since I have you here, I will ask you this question, sir, before we at the bottom of this hour be joined by the one, the only Chris Bays. As we enter the boom shakalaka once again. Wonderful, wonderful interview you had with him, by the way.
I love bass, man. I love bass.
Yeah, I did too. What is your first impression of the new Yankees acquisition?
What do you mean? Am I excited? Listen, he's a professional. He's a great hitter who's batting over 300. That porch right there is enticing, and anything's better than Joey Gallo right now. So he went 0 for 4 yesterday, but they won it because the MVP so far crushed another homer, and so yeah, I'm happy with the trade. They didn't really give up any big name that They gave up some prospects, yes, but none of the top core prospects. Like they still got my man Volpe, they still got the Dominguez. So it's a big improvement over Joey Gallo.
Yeah. For those who don't know, the Yankees acquired Andrew Benintendi and Benintendi. I'm sorry, and he's causing a little stir too because
he's not vaccinated.
Yes, he's playing and the way he's doing it, he's playing the Aaron Rodgers role. You know, he's not really saying if he's going to be or if he is, or he's basically saying,
"Okay, I'm back. What I miss?"
Well, since we have Wise here, and he's of course an unapologetic Yankees fan, we're talking about Andrew Benintendi, and I asked what his first impressions of him were, and he says, "Well, he's a professional, and he does what he does. Basically, saying he's an upgrade from Joey Gallo." And I said, now he's big in the news now because, of course, he's playing the Aaron Rodgers role. So, sir, are you vaccinated? Well, I really am not able to say if I am or I'm not. It's a personal thing.
It's
And
nobody's business, though. Like personally, I don't. It's no one's business. I really don't care. But to play in Canada, you need to be vaccinated. So
right.
Yeah, the Cardinals just went through that. The Cardinals just went through that, not having Paul Goldschmidt or Nolan Arenado.
But at least your Yankees don't have to worry about that for 2 months. So that's not a problem. So you won't have to worry about that for that long.
Listen, I expect a little bit more pieces added. Trade deadline is in a couple of days. I expect
Sunday, as a matter of fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah,
Sunday. The first, yeah.
Oh, Monday. Okay. So it's Monday.
It's Monday.
I think it's I don't know. Is it the 31st? Whatever 30th, I don't know.
The 31st is on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I know it's in a couple of days. That's all I know. But yeah, no, listen. Again, I'm for listen, it's your people's choices. They don't want to get vaccinated. I'm not gonna. It's the second. Okay. All right. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, it's second. Okay. Thank you, Andrew.
I knew Andrew. I knew Andrew. But
Andrew's on it.
They didn't give up. Listen, they didn't give up anything major for him. They didn't give up, like Andrew pointed out, none of the top 15 prospects, which
that's a good
again.
thing. Yeah.
Well, because the big fish is out there.
Oh yeah, Juan Soto.
The big fish is out there. So that, but I just hope they don't give up. I love Volpe and I love a couple of other prospects they have.
Andrew says he likes it. It's a major improvement.
It is. I said anything's better than Joey Gallo.
And I am with him on this. I really believe for the Yankees to be over the top, especially with the Astros, a reliever will definitely do. I think they need to bolster their bullpen.
Yeah, because we just lost Michael King. He fractured his elbow.
Ouch.
But the good thing is we got Marciano back, so he pitched well yesterday. And Jameson Taillon is pitching great, man. Everybody keeps talking about Nestor and Cole. Taillon is actually pitching very well. He's got 10 wins.
Yeah,
I expect it to be where he was at right now.
Yeah, it's not that your pitcher staff is horrendous. They're actually pretty good. It's just you can't really rely on those arms lasting that long.
Oh no,
for the duration of the season.
We definitely need to get, if we can get Castillo, and but Castillo, they want a lot for Castillo. And no, not to blame, because the dude is a quality pitcher.
So who would be the best fit for Juan Soto? Because that national team's about to get blown up sideways.
Yeah, they're gonna start crying major tears. He's as good as gone. I heard that either he wants to go to the West Coast, which that means Dodgers. But I've heard the Yankees, not Yankees. I heard the Mets actually are a team, not necessarily the Yankees, that are in the offing for him. I don't get the connection there. I'm thinking, why the Mets, not the Yankees?
I don't. You know what? My concern, what I want the Yankees to do is to re-sign Aaron Judge. That's my concern. Juan Soto, yes, is a generational talent.
But Aaron Judge was there before him.
But Aaron Judge is a Yankee. You gotta understand. There's certain players.
There's certain players
when they come up with the Yankees, they're Yankees. They're Yankee. Like Jeter was a Yankee.
I get you. I get what you mean. A legacy Yankee.
He's a legacy. He's a
legacy Yankee player. Yeah,
and especially with the season he's having right now.
What does he have now? 39.
39,
and including a walk-off last night.
Last night,
1-0.
Yeah, he'll be the runaway AL MVP this year. I can't see anybody else winning it.
Me neither.
Well, but the big news I heard was the Angels are taking off for Ohtani.
The Angels are doing what?
That's what I heard.
They're looking for offers for him.
They're taking offers for Ohtani.
They're looking for offers for Ohtani. Wow.
They've taken us.
So they're trying to blow the team up. Goodness gracious. Okay. So then the question I have after that is, are they looking to shop Trout too?
Well, who's going to give him anything for Trout right now?
Yeah. Not with that back. Not with that bad back. Hey, Angels.
How can you have
$400 million? That $400 million contract ain't doing much for you now, is it?
How in the world can you have two of the
generational
best players,
talents,
two generational talents, two of the best players in Major League Baseball, and you circle the drain that hard? That is inexcusable. That is inexcusable.
Because you go and you add Rendon. You probably before Rendon, you added Pujols. You added other pieces. Like it for some reason they can never. They won it when they were
homegrown,
blue collar Angels, like the homegrown hard work. Like, but
when
now you're going
under Mike.
And I'm not saying Trout is down. Trout is homegrown, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But
when they were under Mike Scioscia, they were mostly homegrown.
Yeah,
they were mostly homegrown, Trout included.
Yeah, and you're right.
They've gone through one manager. They're probably going to go through at least 3-4 more in the next 2 years. Who's going to step in and correct the problems for the Angels? Because it starts from the top down, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Now, that's another reason, Deeds, why I was shaking my head. I'm thinking, why would the Nationals trade him within the division?
They will not give him to the Mets.
I cannot see him being the Met. Not at least I can't see him being traded there. But I saw that as that's one of the teams he wants to go to. I'm thinking,
but that's not happening.
That won't happen.
I have a wild card team that could, at the last minute, I don't see it happening, but I have a wild card team that can make a play for Soto and get themselves back in the race. The Giants.
That wouldn't be a bad pickup for him.
The only thing is, what's it going to cost the Giants?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if the Giants have enough pieces in return that they can get to the Nationals.
Right.
And I think that's where the fly is.
The price is too much.
It is.
The price is too much, especially for them.
It's too much. See, this is our Walter right here.
Oh yeah! Look at you timing that perfect.
Timed it just right. He timed it just right.
This is our Walter.
This is Rod is our Walter.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Rod, do this.
Stop the cap,
please. We're talking about the Baltimore Orioles here. Never been in the last time they were in the playoffs. Delman Young was on that team.
Wow, it's been a while.
I can't think the last time they were really relevant.
1983, Rick Dempsey and company.
I know that's the last time they won a chip, but
that's the last time they were relevant.
The glory days when Cal would when
Cal
had
Ripken Jr.
and his streak. That was the most important. After that was the most important thing was the streak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that lasts all the way to the 90s.
Rick Dempsey,
yeah.
Mike Boddicker. Yeah, those guys. Hey, Rod, do this also.
You know your damn role and shut your damn mouth.
And my question wasn't a shot. That was a legit question I was asking. I'm like, I can't remember the last time the Orioles were really relevant.
I already answered that.
Yeah.
They weren't. They 69. They were beat by the Mets. 79. They were beat by the Pirates. 83. They won it all. That's the last time they were really relevant.
We spending too much time on the Orioles and Rod right now.
Shut up.
Amber alert. But Ben Simmons was seen in Chicago, hoping to be interviewed at Chris Bass, but the bass man wasn't going to let the boy soil his show by putting crap on it. Silly Mother Hubbard.
That's your Cole.
That's my cue.
Your Q.
You know what it is.
Thank you, Sick. Thank you, Sick. Here we go.
Don't soil this program by putting crap on it. Joe Buck, I cannot take him. I just no dice. I'm glad Carlos Boozer finally took the kiwi off his face. It should be on your shoes, not your face. It's kiwi shoe polish, for God's sake. LeBron should come clean about his age. I wish baby Jesus that I had alcohol in this container because I need some after watching Screaming Nate Smith.
Baby Jesus? Really?
6 pounds, 7 ounces. Go tell 5 of your friends and 8 of your enemies that Chris Bass will be in the air.
If you're ready to laugh, it's time to do it now. We welcome Chris Bass. How are you doing, sir?
And a hearty boom shakalaka to my brothers, to Rain Man, to Cole, and to Wise. And thank you, Sick, for what you typed. That makes the 1/4 of my Native American heart soar when I read things like that. So thank you so much.
I promise I will not soil this segment by putting crap on it because I already did my Uncle You Know Who bit for the week earlier.
Man,
look, I'm seeing. Look, Bass has the cool shades on. All right, he's nice and calm. All right.
You started then, so why even mention it? You just want to get him riled up. That's what it is.
I wanted his thoughts on the fact that you have Chicago's government who wants to put, and Cook County government who wants to put a plate on top of that spaceship. That's all I wanted to ask.
I'll allow it. Bass, do it. Do it.
So, if you've ever been to Chicago, to get to Soldier Field, it's what we call Lakeshore Drive, or now DuSable Drive. So it goes north and south. And when you're driving north, when coming from south and going north, to see Soldier Field, it's like the mothership connection landed inside Soldier Field. So only thing I do when I used to drive past, I do this.
To the roof off the motherfucker. To the roof off the motherfucker.
I think about George Clinton. I think about, when Gabriel's horn blow, you better be ready to go.
Oh,
exactly.
We need the funk.
I mean, the P. I talk about P Funk stank to be damned type of funk. So,
okay, you know what?
It's a little bit, but here's the thing too. It's a little bit too late for Uncle Foot to try to keep the Bears and
this mother out.
Ow. It's a little bit too late. And they tried on many occasions to let the Bears know that, you look at other coliseums and other sporting events when they have, football teams, it's catered and it's big. And we see what happened in Dallas. We see what happened in Las Vegas. It's become a world unto itself. So we get a chance to have these different stores and sell merchandise and things like that. It's a whole different entity. So Soldier Field, which really is owned by the Park District,
right?
You can't really get that type of vibe going. So you got to go elsewhere. So for them to go outside of Chicago, and the fan faithful will continue to follow them because it's the Bears, they will go on and do it. But you can't do it here in Chicago. If you tried, they definitely got the failure on that one. So they go out of the city, get a new site, and build upon it just like the other competitors in other markets. But Uncle Foot, you're way too late.
Let me tell you how big of a news story this is. My wife, who is not a Chicagoan,
right,
has only visited the city a couple of times. She is not a sports fan. Could care less about football unless it's the Titans and they advance to the playoffs. She came to me and said, have you heard about the Bears moving out of Chicago possibly?
She came to you.
She came to me and said that.
Huge. That's huge.
That is huge.
And I said, you're right. I think that's what's going to happen. And it's because she is not the biggest fan of Uncle Lori either.
You got to get in line. It's a long line.
I had Cole cracking up earlier this week when he first brought this story to me, and Base, we all have you to thank for it, because that and it wasn't even the original story. When he brought Soldier Field to me, I'm thinking, okay, now Uncle Lori wants to bring NASCAR to Chicago. I didn't even get the rest of the sentence out.
You don't have to.
No. I didn't get the rest of the sentence out when talking about, you know who, bringing NASCAR to Chicago. They're going to set up a NASCAR race in the third largest market in the country. Not Joliet, not Arlington Heights, but
downtown Chicago.
Downtown Chicago. My only thought is, are they trying to do this during Taste of Chicago?
No.
That would be a logistic nightmare if they did that.
It would be a disaster.
It's a logistic nightmare as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Given downtown Chicago, I've driven the streets of downtown Chicago so many times over. What is she trying to do? Is she trying to get involved in sports when she wasn't supposed to make a political play or something? Base. I mean, what the hell's going on here?
Remember the scene in School Days? The late great Ozzie Davis is talking to the team, and he's giving that great speech. But my funniest part of the speech was when he tells the team, "Do you want me to lose my job?"
I remember that scene.
And so, what the foot is up against, because there's a mayoral election coming up, she wants to hang on so she won't lose her job. So now you're doing these other projects to curry favor, to seem like that you care for the city and things of that nature. But no, me personally, I'm not going to vote for her. I think she's hopefully one and done as a mayor. But you see all these business transactions. I mean, she's done something now. She want to bring casinos to downtown Chicago. She got that taken care of. And now she want to do things with the NASCAR and the Mothership Connection, put a dome over the Mothership Connection in Soldier Field. I mean, just
when I read that, I was dying.
Let me ride. Swing down, sweet chariot, stop and let me ride.
Oh. It's just a little bit too late. I can't. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think once again, you're just trying to do these things to get voters' attention, like anything else.
Is she getting voters' attention, or is she actually trying to do something? You know, my thoughts on her putting a plate on top of Soldier Field was: is she trying to make a Super Bowl play and we don't know it?
That's the only logical explanation I could come up with.
The only thing I could think of.
But the thing is,
what the hell are you trying to put a dome on? First of all,
but the thing is,
many administrations before ruined Soldier Field, and anybody who has seen Soldier Field, it looks like a mothership. Thank you, Chris Bays. It looks like a mothership, and now you want to put a plate on top of it?
I'll give you another analogy.
Okay.
So, say you're a bald-headed person. Nothing wrong with being bald-headed.
She's a freak in the wing.
I'm bald. Okay, so I'm not trying to be anti-baldom.
Right.
But you have people out there who want to have the fountain of youth. I go back to what I said about certain people get the kiwi brush and they want to get their, their mustaches and goatees lined up.
Why did you like
Carlos Boozer?
Yeah, I mean jet black. I'm talking about jet blue black, and that's not your natural color.
Jet blue black.
Jet blue black. Yes.
Jet blue black. Yeah.
Yes.
You weren't even born with jet blue black.
How do you come up with these gems, man?
Man, because I've seen too many of it. It makes me sick.
Last week it was way to go, Sammy. Now it's jet blue black.
Don't get me started with that, man. I can still hear that every time I crack open a beer.
Man, listen. Sammy didn't even have to be in the batting order. Okay? Sammy didn't even have to be in the batting order.
That is sad.
And you would still hear, "Where to go, Sammy?"
Oh, yeah.
He's not playing today, you idiot.
And this is dark-skinned Sammy, not light-skinned Sammy.
This is dark-skinned Sammy with the hop and the quarterback and everything.
So he wasn't Neapolitan colored ice cream yet. Gotcha.
No,
Okay.
he wasn't. He wasn't
no.
He wasn't Neapolitan ice cream.
Mm-mm.
This was true Sammy Sosa. That's about as good as I can put it.
But back to Uncle Lori. This is how bad an impression she has made on my wife. She actually also said to me, quote,
"Oh boy,
I don't know what to make of that woman. When I first saw her, I would have thought that she was a man, but I had to ask, is she an alien?" Close quote. Verbatim.
I know.
No syllable missing. That's exactly what she asked me about Lori Lightfoot.
It wouldn't surprise me. I was going back to holding about the bald analogy real quick. So sometimes a little bit too late. And you're bald, you have to embrace it. You can't, like certain people, no offense, you can't take one strand of hair and then put it over there and then say that's going to do it.
Not the comb over.
It's not even a comb over. It's like a strip of bacon.
I mean,
and you take the strip of bacon, you put it over the side of your head and think that you're doing something. No,
the late great Gene Katie would be proud of that.
Oh no!
And I met Gene Katie.
Why did you have to bring that imagery in my head, man?
Look,
I like Gene Katie.
I love Gene Katie. Had a chance to talk to him. Had a chance to meet him.
Oh my gosh,
Cole. I agree with you. I agree with Bass, because until this moment, I hadn't seen a picture of Uncle Foot.
What?
No, I didn't want to. Just a minute.
It ain't the same. It will never be the same. Once you lay eyes on it for the first time, it'll never be the same.
I didn't even put these on.
See, now you're gonna make me want to see. Now I want to see what she looked like.
No.
I
will.
No. I will grant you that wish, partner.
Oh no.
I will grant you that wish.
Well, let me say this about Uncle Foot though.
If
you're going to be the mayor of the third largest market we just talked about, you can't buy off the rack. And it looked like she just went to Kmart or Target.
No.
I found her.
No, man. No, you being kind. She didn't buy off the rack. She didn't buy off the rack. She went to Goodwill.
You can throw it in too.
And my wife loves shopping at Goodwill for things. Okay, my wife loves shopping at Goodwill.
Well, you'll find some gems sometimes. Yes,
you will. I found a couple. Okay, we did it in Indianapolis. But in this case, and this case only, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Get yourself a tailor. Not like you don't have the money. Get a tailor and have your suits tailor-made to fit, and stop right off the rack.
Well,
because you look disheveled, you look just roll out of bed, and nothing fits right.
This is Chicago politics. She might not have money. I'm sorry.
No, she got something.
Looks
Come on,
or fit. Nothing looks or fits right. Nothing.
And that's before you get to the clothes.
Yes.
Well, I'm talking about the clothes. I ain't going to the other stuff. As far as the clothes are concerned, you can fix that. And so it just looks to me, style biting off the rack and looking disheveled, it just doesn't look good. But let me say this as well. On a side
I have
note,
a comment, but I got to keep it to myself. I just
no. Please share with the class.
No,
share it.
The way she looks. I looked and then I kept scrolling. I found now I know why she looks like that. It's okay. I get it.
You do. Well, we needs to share that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No.
Please.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. I keep that.
Why does she look like that?
I keep that for. I'll tell you off air. How about I tell you off air? How about that?
That's one that has to be off the air. That's one that has to be.
I was looking for content. Go,
dude. Cole,
I believe me. I want to say it, but
you have your listen. We got Chris Bass here. You have Uncle Foot, aka Uncle Lori. You got your content gold already. How the hell did she become mayor? Do I want an answer? Do I want an honest answer to that question?
I don't want to talk about it no more.
All right.
Have y'all seen her spouse though?
That's what I want to know.
Well, say that again.
Have y'all seen her significant other?
Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. I have too.
Okay.
I have too.
Okay. I have. I just saw that too. I can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. You can't take your eyeballs out. Wise, it's too late. It is what it is. But let me say the following. I don't follow baseball. I respect the sport. I've seen it from time to time, obviously, but ESPN Films, The Captain, so far has been magnificent about Derek Jeter. I've learned so much about the backstory of him. I always, of course, knew who he was, but I'm always interested in backstories of what makes people tick. And for him to come from Kalamazoo, Michigan, and not doing right, starting off, and coming from an interracial family. I mean, again, it builds character. So I'm on episode 4 now, and I'm very impressed. And I gotta give ESPN credit because when they do ESPN Films, and one of their 30 for 30s is dear to my heart, and they did the story about Benji.
Oh, I love that one. That one was amazing.
Ben Wilson was a star athlete here in Chicago at Simeon High School. I went to grammar school with Benji. It was not easy to stick him in practice because we're both like 5'7", 5'8", and he was showing signs then of greatness. And, I don't know if you know, it's like wherever your location is, like here, for example, we have a store called Jewel. It's a grocery store, and May has some other things along the line. Right. So back in the day, they would have these cheap-ass shoes, gym shoes you can buy by the counter, by the time you have your items. He used to wear those. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of shoe you wear, it's the person in the shoe. Now, he got plastic.
Yes.
I'm telling you, probably slid out of it if he put so much weight into it. But, man, he was dynamic. And this was like 8th grade, mind you. So we were like 12, 13 years old. And then to see him rise in prominence, becoming 6'8", with smooth guard handles, and his game was fluid. And literally, that was one guy who immediately could went to the NBA had he lived, if he made a decision. And I saw him that summer before he was killed because we went to summer school together during that time. And in that summer of 1984, and we would see each other in the hallways talking and everything else. And unfortunately, he was murdered that following November that year. So they did a fantastic job of that 30 for 30. And usually around November, because of course that's around Thanksgiving is usually when I think about him. But I'm glad I think about him now because great, just fantastic, was born literally to play the game. And had he lived, oh yeah, GOAT status.
Yes.
I kid you not. He was that good.
Wow.
I had a chance to see some footage of Ben Wilson, and it was him where they rededicated the number 25, and everyone who wore the number 25 after him, Nick Anderson, Derrick Rose, Deion Thomas, you honored that number because Ben Wilson honored that number and honored Simeon High School. He was a Wolverine to his heart. And I saw that documentary and I cried. I had a chance to interview Nick Anderson. I had a chance to interview Derrick Rose. I just wish I had a chance to interview the person who, in many cases, originated the popularity of number 25. And that, of course, is Ben Wilson. Man.
He's a dynamic talent. And again, I have to give them credit because to me, it was like going through a time machine. I lived that era. Him and I were the same age. And when people do documentaries and docuseries, appreciate the research that he or she or both are doing to provide information that we see in the produced product. So kudos to them for doing that. I've always been a fan of documentaries and documentaries and docuseries. It's just cool to see.
Yeah.
Now, on another side note,
it is.
I think people should embrace the fact that they're fat.
Oh,
now, hear me on this. You have to wear clothing that is complementary to your body size. And
Yes.
maybe when you look
Yes.
into the mirror, you see a smaller person, but in reality, you're not seeing a smaller person. You're seeing, like back in the day, you go like to the fun house or the circus and you see those mirrors. And if you're fat as hell and you see to be all thin, and if you're thin, you're fat and everything else, stop looking in mirrors like that. Embrace the fact that you have extra poundage. Okay, so go to certain stores or go online, and you have to look. You have to admit these things. Like if you need like counseling, you go to a counselor and you surround by other counselors
only.
And say, "Hello, my name is Albert. Hello, Albert, and I'm fat." And then you go from there. That's all I'm saying.
How can you go from producing a tear-jerking moment to do a 180 and say some people had to admit when they're fat?
Because he's Chris Bass.
Look, man,
that's a simple answer.
Chris Bass.
That's Chris. That's Chris. That's a simple answer. That's Chris Bass. This is a brother I have loved since the day I met him.
Wait.
And
has
he has the ability.
Has he always been like this?
Yes.
Has he always been like? Wow.
I mean, listen.
It's a literal crime. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna look in the camera, Mr. Bass. It is a literal crime that you are not a national superstar. I'm saying that right now. It is a literal crime.
Within the first week of me meeting Chris Bass, when we were at PSI, I was having a down day for some reason. I was having a down day. Had some stuff going on at home, but I knew I got to hang out with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I got a couple hours of Chris Bass. Let me try and how did my dad put it? Flip my face around so I can have some fun. But I couldn't do. I just couldn't do it. There was so much weighing at home. And Chris Bass, bless your heart, saw me. He saw me. He came in with his newspaper. I had my bottles of water, and I just wasn't talking. I walk into the studio, and for some reason, the movie Stand By Me popped in his head. And the next thing I hear from Chris Bass, which had me cracking up all afternoon, was, "They used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they call me Buttman."
Oh, Lord.
Off of a story related to the Utah Jazz, where the full exchange went like this. This is Bass's version. "They used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they call me Buttman. I've got whores, I've got strippers." And I walked out crying from laughter. I came back and Chris has this straight face and he says, "Now you're ready to go today." I haven't stopped laughing.
Dude.
This is Chris Bass at his finest.
Dude.
And I always will owe you, Bass, for that one. For pulling me out of the dumps and getting me ready for that day.
That's what brothers do.
Dude, I was so unaware of this man's prowess to make me crack TF up. So you were in the hospital at the time, Brian, and unfortunately, wives was on the poker table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting with Cool McCain, and I'm in my mother-in-law's house, and we have to deal with a lot of stuff surrounding her. She's a sweetheart and a half. The stuff that's happened to her is absolutely horrible.
Right.
And so in dealing with that has been stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And so this, I believe, was I think it was the first or second time that I got a chance to actually be with Chris Bass without you guiding the ship in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm.
And so Cool is joining me, and I'm going through the show. Everything's fine. Then I throw the Negro Night bit where he says that the GOAT conversation talking about between LeBron and Jordan is no more.
Yes.
This man, I got a chance to see how much of a professional he was. He took that bit and he ran with it for 45 minutes. And in the midst of the show, there were times that I think it was like twice. I was literally like this on the show.
Was that where he said
crying?
You actually you need Baze? Was that the show where you actually said you needed liquor or something within?
No. That wasn't the show. No,
that wasn't it.
No,
Okay.
no. It was the show where you hear the beginning of Enter the Boom Shakalaka, where he says, "Don't soil this soul by putting crap on it." I got it from that episode, and no, don't soil this wonderful program by putting crap on it. Yeah, I got it from that. Laughed hard there, rolled for 45 minutes straight, and I am so remiss in saying to you, sir, thank you for that laugh. I needed it.
Oh well,
I needed it.
You're very kind. Thank you.
See,
I do what I do.
Why Chris Bass is a national treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that. I mean that from the heart. But like I said, when I walk back in, he just put his arm around me with a straight face and he goes, "Now you're ready to go." And I'm going, how the hell do you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I can relate with you now, man. That's exactly how I felt. It's like, how the heck he knew I needed to just burst out in the laughter like that?
Well, to be completely transparent, I didn't know. When I was coming up and learning in radio, was in college. The one thing that I learned from my instructors was, first of all, be yourself.
Right.
And if you want to create a persona, that's fine, but generally be yourself. Mm-hmm. And then once you embrace yourself, try to do something that, for example, can touch a person's heart, their soul. Your words are power. And how do you use them? And if you're able to do that and comport yourself on the air, you find your voice, you find who you are, and then you take it from there. Like I remember working at a radio station here in Chicago, and I was asked, what political affiliation are you? Are you a Democrat or are you Republican? I said, I'm neither. I'm base. And I left it at that. And so the person can have their question mark of what that means. I know what and who I am. So it's a matter of embracing yourself, embracing your voice, and going forward. And I told my students when I started to teach talk radio, never be afraid to ask questions. There is no wrong question. The questions you ask are going to benefit you in the long run. I promise you that. But once you find out your voice and who you are, you run like the wind.
I'm sorry, my bad.
That's all right.
And that's a perfect song.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a perfect way to take us into hour 3. You heard the boom shakalaka. Once you find your voice, you run like the wind. Chris Bass joins us every Friday at the bottom of hour 2. And you don't know what this man is going to say, but I guarantee you will leave knowing a lot more than you came into the half hour with.
That's why I love watching the show Fridays. I always check it out. Stop by for a little while because
same here.
I love the energy. And if I'm a little bit down, I'm sure I know Bass is gonna lift me up. He's always gonna lift me up. He's always got something going on, and it's just like I said, it's the energy that he puts out there, man. He puts out that great vibe. But he's a straight shooter, at the same time,
and that makes it even better because of that. Yeah,
he shows the love, but he's a straight shooter as well. So I love it. So I love it. Love watching the show.
Love you guys more. It's more of my honor to be here every Friday. It really gives me joy. Seriously.
Thank you, man.
Love you, Bass.
Love you, brother. Oh my gosh. Oops! Oh my God! Oh Lord, have mercy! Oh my God! I'm so sorry. It slipped. It slipped. I'm so sorry.
Slipped my ass. The only thing that's worse is her significant other.
Yes.
The only, how did Bass put it? I can't unsee that now.
I can't unsee that. Yes. That's the first thing I said when I saw Uncle Laurie for the first time. I can't unsee that. And unfortunately now the rest of you can't unsee it either.
Close this out, will you?
This concludes Into the boom shakalaka.
Don't soil this program by putting crap on it. Joe Buck, I cannot take him. I just no dice. I'm glad Carlos Boozer finally took the kiwi off his face. It should be on your shoes, not your face. It's kiwi shoe polish, for God's sake. LeBron should come clean about his age. I wish, baby Jesus, that I had alcohol in this container because I need some after watching Screaming Nate Smith.
Baby Jesus? Really?
6 pounds, 7 ounces. Go tell 5 of your friends and 8 of your enemies that Chris Bass will be in the air.
The final hour of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson for the week begins now.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up?
As the Nationals are a strike away from franchise history and some World Series history. As Hudson tries to close it out. It'll be another 3-2 pitch to Michael Brantley. Hudson sets. The kick, and here it comes. Swing and a miss! Swing and a miss! Swing and a miss! And a World Series Game 7 winning Curly W is in the books. The celebration is on. The Washington Nationals are the world champions.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Hey, this promises to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Are you kidding me?
Do you believe it?
Oh, I feel so
really
good.
got to step my production game up, but I got to get the weapons to do it. This is hour 3. That's Cole. That's Wise. I'm the Snowman. But don't you ever in life, in this or any other lifetime, put that picture up again.
Oh, my God.
Please.
Well, I mean, I wanted
didn't even eat anything and I nearly threw
You
up.
want to know? You wanted them to know why?
Yes, yeah, and
I know I got that feel. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know what, because I kept talking about it on the
and you didn't know what she looked like either. So then
when I saw the other picture,
mm-hmm.
then I realized why she dresses that way.
And I wanted to I wanted to oblige because I did say that I was going to request grant your request. I was like, okay, doesn't know who Lori Lightfoot is. Well, let me show you.
You're not gonna show us again, are we? Warn me, give me a heads up, at least. Like yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Like that way, I can close my eyes in time or something.
Gosh. Oh, I seriously. And sick, bro. He said, "Did you use the Homer Simpson brand?" Talk about with Ryan with the eye bleach. Sick. You mentioned Simpsons, right? The first time I laid eyes on Uncle Laurie, I thought she was a Simpsons character. Legit.
I didn't think about it. She could be one.
I mean, legit. I'm like, am I looking at the cartoon?
I agree with you. She could be a Simpsons character.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. And you mean to tell me Chicago voted her in for mayor? I know. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go there.
I will. Who the hell voted for her in the first place?
I mean, I get that. I get that they wanted to move on from Rahm Emanuel, but really,
you chose that?
And yes, the
we
wife
don't talk
or
politics usually on this show, ladies and gentlemen, but you can't unsee that. You just can't.
I'm that's why I'm trying to keep my eyes away from the screen because I think Cole is just trying to set us up again.
No. No, if I really wanted to set you up, I would give you the picture. I would give you a picture of her and her wife standing side by side with each other.
I saw that one. I saw those.
I would do that, but I announced it, so I won't.
You see, I'd walk off. Oh!
The city of Chicago couldn't do any better than her. You see, that is something my wife would say, sick.
Talk about an Amber Alert.
Yeah, my wife would say something like that. And I'm being serious. She would say something like that.
My wife would say something like that, and she doesn't like politics.
I'm not even gonna do my wife justice, and I'm gonna be good and not even gonna show her a picture.
So I'm assuming your wife has not seen Lori the glory of Lori Lightfoot either.
I'm sure she hasn't. She doesn't.
Good.
She doesn't watch. If she watch any news, it'll be local news.
Well, now be glad that you won't be able to show her that. Ryan, you asked a wonderful question. How does someone dress like that when they're in Chicago politics?
And being a native Chicagoan, I don't have an answer to that question.
Yeah, because look, I know of people outside of Bryan who lived in Chicago, and the culture there is you dress to the nines just to go to the store.
Yes, sir.
So when I saw her, I'm thinking, wait a minute, I thought Chicagoans bragged about their style. That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all.
That's an understatement. Not looking right. That's an understatement, brother. That is a total understatement.
Oh my gosh.
And you had to put that up right after we closed out with Banks. I can insert just a minute. This is where I pay homage. This is where I pay homage to Cole.
Go ahead.
I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss. I will not cuss at Cole. I will not cuss at Cole. I will not cuss at Cole. I will not.
I loved the reaction though. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh. Oh, and to answer your question, Sick, 5'1".
What?
Yeah, Lori Lightfoot is 5 feet 1 inch tall.
Again, wait. I can't do it justice. I gotta sound this off the right way. Where is it? Here it is.
What?
Yeah, she is 61 inches tall.
You have got to be shaving me.
I love that. That's one of the great things.
Which I know you're not. I know you're not. I just had to throw that one in there.
I just loved it. Why you lying?
Why you always lying?
I can never listen to Too Close the same way ever again because of that.
Me neither.
That used to be my jam back in the day, man.
That was mine too, dude.
5'1"?
You tripping. I don't think she wears heels. I don't think she ever wears heels, man.
I'll repeat my statement, Cole.
You tripping.
You know where I got that. You know where I got that clip from.
Yep.
You know where I got that clip from.
When I took to task one of the, I don't know how many times, Kendrick Perkins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In fact, the exact exchange goes, open it.
All right, here we go. Quote.
Kendrick Perkins, how can I say this succinctly? Oh, yeah.
You tripping.
Close quote. Little did I know when I said that I'd be saying this about him so many more times.
Little did you know when you made that comment that I would record said comment and have it at the ready for situations like that.
Oh, that was hilarious.
5'1"?
You tripping.
I lived in Chicago most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen Chicago politicians, and you are right. You dress to the nines no matter what the situation is. Mm-hmm. Lord knows, whenever I went on assignment, be it at Whitney Young, be it at Bloom Township, I wore a shirt and tie. Right. Even when I was just a stringer with the Chicago Tribune, I wore a shirt and tie.
Knowing the type of father you had, and he was similar to me and mine.
Dad preached.
I know that's where you got it from. Yep.
Dad,
I know that's exactly where you got it from.
Okay.
You better dress for the job you want and serve the job you have.
It doesn't matter if you're writing. It doesn't matter if you're writing or if you're setting up for a broadcast. you wear a shirt and tie. And I said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dress the job you want, not job you have. Yes, sir. Okay.
That
because you seriously look at Hatton, you're thinking she is not dressing like she's a mayor of any city, let alone the third biggest metro area.
There could be certain cities she could be mayor of.
What?
I had to time that one.
That was good.
I had to time that. Vince Lombardi, help.
What the hell's going on out here?
I was about to say, in the city you live in now, Wise, would she be able to dress like that?
Yeah, it's where I live at is.
I know it's rural. I know that.
Yeah, it's not really city.
You know how she picks her, fellas. You know how she picks her wardrobe by doing this.
Joker.
No, but you would think of a major city like that, she would dress much nicer.
You would think. You would think. Negro Knight, help us, please.
Unacceptable.
See, seeing that would just make me. Thank you, Cole. I'll play the whole sequence.
Unacceptable. No.
Want to hear it again?
No. You tripping.
You're despicable.
You have got to be shaving me.
I could play every sound in this sound base and it would fit the conversation. Mike DeBay will join us in 19 minutes. We're just filling time. We're just having fun. Oh, no.
Don't even put it up there. Don't even put it up there.
I'm not.
Don't even put it up there.
You know what? I'll put this up there instead.
By the way, Uncle Foot is slouching. She needs a chiropractor. Adjust her posture and hopefully her attitude.
Bitch, are you for real?
Thank you. I know I need a chiropractor with all the weight that I've lost, and I know I've been slouching lately, but I have a medical reason.
And to put
I got two medical reasons, doggone it.
And to put it in perspective, her wife is about as tall as me, and I'm 6 feet.
Yeah.
To put it in perspective,
her wife looks like
her
wife looks like a White Walker from Game of Thrones.
He says, hold the phone.
Yes, sir.
Penalty flag on the field.
Well,
her wife is what?
Wife is tall. She's got to be about 6 feet.
She looks like, I'm telling you, she looks like a White Walker from King of Thrones.
Yeah. In fact, yes. Yeah. And I'm not joking. She legit is 6 feet tall, and I'm 6 feet tall. She's as tall as Lori Lightfoot's wife is as tall as I am.
Sentence. You can't unsee that.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you,
you cannot unsee
the photo
that.
I saw, you could see. Yes, it was.
So
yes.
So you see this. So you see this lesbian at 6 feet tall, and you see Lori Lightfoot at 5'1", standing side by side with each other.
Do I want to see that?
I saw one that. Yeah, I can't.
That it's hilarity would ensue.
That's why I'm saying that.
So
that explains her wardrobe. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, it does explain wardrobe because, well, she is the. Well, you already.
It explains the wardrobe. That's what I'm saying.
B
Johnson
_ TCH, and you know which one.
Yes.
Which one?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I've been wanting to say it for the longest.
Come to me, and I can give you a good censored version of how you express that.
I've been wanting to say it.
Come to me, my brother. I will give you a censored version of how to say it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wait.
Yes, Brian.
Forget the censorship.
Bitch, are you for real?
Or, where's the other one? Where's he? This is where I need a. Find me, Red Fox.
Bitch, please.
Thank you. There you go, Wise.
So I told you, I could find you.
Ooh,
her
damn.
having a Napoleon complex is insult to the Napoleon complex. Yeah, it's true, sick. So I told you, come to me, brother. I could give you a censored way to say what you feel.
Trying, man. I wanted to say it so bad.
As I'm saying,
you and me both.
B underline TCH, and one is an I and the other's a U.
Who's playing what on which day?
I'm just saying it explains a lot. That's what I'm saying. It explains
Who's
her work.
playing
When
what?
I saw her, right,
Who
and then I
gets
saw
which vowel on which day?
Right.
That's
yes.
Okay.
100.
Sick Diggy, this one's for you. What the name of the Detroit Pistons was that? And Cole,
sir,
I saw a picture I can no longer unsee.
Oh, you saw them side by side?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you feel the exact same way I did when I first saw it. And I saw this a couple of years ago.
My
so yes,
brain hurts
mm-hmm.
from seeing it. My brain hurts.
I saw this about 2 weeks into when she took office. And I'm saying to myself,
what
oh my
gosh was that?
Again, I want to say something, but I'm trying to behave. I'm trying to behave.
I'm also trying to be wise. I get it.
Is it a photo I saw?
I'm both trying to behave.
Like,
we're both trying to behave.
In the photo I saw, it would be any guy's dream to see something like that, but not that one. I'm just saying. That's what I'm just saying.
Oh, party people, your dreams have now been fulfilled.
Party people, your dreams have now become a nightmare.
Yes, more of that one, more than like that one. Like, oh my god,
your dreams have become a nightmare. The late great Gene Oracle described a match made in heaven can turn into a match made in hell. And in this case, it's a match made in hell.
It's a match made, and I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that. Do you think they say to each other
English? Do you speak it?
Do you think? No, Cole. This one's for you.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a matter of fact. This one's for you both.
It's a match made out of Adam's family.
Uncle Foot, do me a favor. Do us a favor.
Stop the cab.
Because it be deal.
Well, see.
Whoa.
What's up?
I got the perfect sound.
Bruh.
Yeah, because unfortunately, when I look at the both of them, they both could play that song from Silk. Let me lick you up and down till you
don't even do Silk. Don't even do that to my. Don't even do that. Don't even do it. If you play the Addams Family, if you play like the Addams Family theme, maybe.
You
both of them can play that to each other.
If you play the Addams Family theme, yes. But don't do that. So
I got some.
Really,
I got something better.
I'm an R&B guy, man. I love my Silk and my After 7 and all that.
I have something better.
I do too, brother. I do too.
I have something better. Forget the Addams Family. Y'all to play this. I just found this one. Of course, this is from 1995, folks.
Oh Lord, this is why this man, and this is why I love the fam over there. I love the chat. We're getting comments like this. When Rod, Donald Trump got 24.
That's comment we didn't want to see.
Being cheap.
Look, the way things are going, you might be right.
Yeah.
Deeds,
it's right there.
Deed says, you need a Chappelle show. What the 5 fingers say to face?
Slap. Slap.
Oh my gosh, it's sick.
Wait a
minute. What?
Wait, we ought to have this sound in too.
Bazinga.
Oh Lord. And then sick. Guys, I've seen pictures of her, and thankfully, my PTSD has me desensitized. Wow.
No, not wow, but
See,
Damn!
see, I put this plate on under that one.
And then sick.
Thank you, Sick.
No,
I
don't ruin that
appreciate it.
classic.
Thank
Cole.
you, thank you, Sick. I agree with you, Sick. He should have not played. No,
Good, yeah, because both of them are singing. Cause tonight, baby, I wanna get freaky
no, stop.
with you.
Stop. Oh, I can never listen to that song ever again. Now, like you just ruined that song for me. Like, oh, how could you do that to me, brother?
Cole,
bro. Wow.
I've got two for Cole right here.
But Brian,
and
but I'm gonna do like what Brian would say. Find the lie.
I know that, but damn. I know there's no lie there, but damn.
And I
put a word in front
Silk.
of it, but I'm trying to behave.
And I love Silk, and Freak Me is one of my favorite songs from him. But
look, Cole, one more time. I know there's no lie there, but damn.
Like now when I hear that song, I'm gonna be like, oh man, it's just gotta shut it off.
Deets, you are foul.
Rob Zombie's remake of the Monsters. Apparently, it's already going in on Chicago. Wow.
Damn!
Oh,
what are my next 3 words? What are my next 3 words? Find the lie.
Find the lie.
What are always my next 3 words? Find the lie. I don't see one.
Oh my!
I love this one here.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sick.
No,
I
not
know
that
that's
one.
on your playlist. I know. I'm doing an apology to you. I'm sorry, Sick. I know that's on your playlist. My bad, brother. But go ahead.
I love this one.
Yeah. Lori Lightfoot having a Napoleon complex is an assault to the Napoleon complex. Yes.
I love that one. In case y'all haven't know, we're way off the rails right now. But it's Friday. It's the last one of the week. It's the last one in July.
And obviously, it's like
That's
the
right.
freaky. It's Freaky Friday because.
Look, we're talking about Uncle Laurie and.
Okay, so and it just became Freaky Friday.
We're talking Uncle Laurie.
Talking about Uncle Foot.
All right, so it became Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
And
segment,
Cole ruined this
show
Freaky
today is
Friday by
Freaky
making
Friday,
it even
yeah.
more freaky by ruining a song.
I didn't know. I did no such thing.
I know, but still, I gotta say, damn you!
You did.
I can't help it. We talk about Uncle Foot and
where do you get Silk from Uncle Foot? That's what I don't understand.
See, Cole.
I get it. I get it. I get the freaking.
I'll answer your question.
I get the freaking.
Wise.
Yes, I understand.
I'll answer your Wise. I'll answer your question. You know how we talked about how Chris Bass can like flip scenes in a heartbeat, go from a tearjerker to having you crack up so hard your stomach hurts. Cole does that with music.
No,
okay, because
he applied the wrong song to the situation.
Wait a minute.
Man.
Wrong song.
Wait a minute. You applied the wrong song to the situation. It should have been now when I hear Freaky, when I hear it now, Uncle Foot is gonna pop up in my head.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You'll be here all weekend.
I'm not gonna be able to not see that. Like.
Well, as far as that.
And the thing is, I love Silk.
Because you should have said it.
The thing is, I love Silk, and I do love "Freak Me." That's one of my favorite songs from him.
Yeah.
But it's just for me. I in my head, I went to So you mean to tell me both will have a special time when they get together and they have?
I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even think about it.
Shut up.
To paraphrase the paraphrase. Well, to paraphrase High Five, they'll spend quality time, and that's what they would play to each other. The same song.
Sick.
Uncle Foot has a lot foot pervs turned off.
The look on Wise's face says it all.
And you say that I'm bad.
You are, damn it.
I did
Cole,
not.
Of course, needs a karaoke mic. No, he doesn't. He's got the one in front of him. That acts as a karaoke mic.
I did not allude to Uncle Foot as a foot. I just alluded her as Uncle
Yes,
Lord.
you did. Yes, you did. I sound like Samuel L. now from Pulp Fiction. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I knew Cole would pick up on that.
Oh Lord. Oh God, sick. Cole, I've listened to the cover of Silk's song by Another Level from the late 90s. Good track. Yes. Silk is so underrated. It's not even funny. So underrated as a group. It's not even funny.
But see, why did you have to introduce? You could have introduced any other song.
Well, okay, fine. Okay, fine.
It's late
now.
Fine.
No, fine. Fine. I'll erase freak me. I'll erase freak me.
You can't.
No. I'll erase freak me.
Stop it. You can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't. You put it out there already.
Yes, I can.
You put it out there already.
Yes, I can. Because
there's nothing you can say that's gonna erase it. There's nothing.
Yes, there is. Because since we're dealing with people in Chicago, you're right. They wouldn't play Silk to each other. They'd go, "My mind's telling me no."
Really? We going there now?
Body telling me yes. They were going.
I uttered a bad word, and I'm glad nobody heard me. Because all you could do on that one, and all I can think of is
this you gotta see to believe.
And that's with every. I've now seen 4 pictures, 2 alone and 2 with her significant other, and all I can think of is
this you gotta see to believe.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Unacceptable.
See, there you go.
See,
and I know you ain't playing and I know you're not playing any Robert Kelly to your wife. So there you go.
Hell no.
Now you should feel.
She would divorce my ass if I did that.
Now you should feel comfortable, Wise.
He doesn't. Do you see the look on his face? I swear, Wise just got some more gray hair.
It's already.
When you put that song out there, I swear, I just saw Wise get some gray hair.
It's like.
Look, I got gray hair too. So
you have to acknowledge his greatness, but he's done some very horrible things.
Exactly.
And I did put when Cole was singing when Cole was singing the song that he did when bass was on, I played that in the background. So let me give the courtesy that indeed was George Clinton I was playing in the background.
Yeah.
But what the hell? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know. Sometimes people will think about us.
You know what? That makes me mad.
Or they also could think.
That's all I can stand, because I can't stand no more.
From laughter.
Oh Lord.
From laughter. So why is The Rock popping in my head with this question?
What in the blue hell do you think you're doing, you sick freak?
Oh Lord.
See?
Rod, love you, brother. She looks like Don King and Jesse Jackson had a baby. Beautiful, brother. Beautiful. That right there. Beautiful. Because I agree with you 100%. Ryan says the only word I could put into use of Wise's face is pain. Oh, sick. I would suggest Honey Love, but folks would have to have flashlights strapped to their heads.
Hell no.
Listen.
Hell to the no.
Now we're going there. She looks like Gollum if he was in Chicago.
Oh my gosh, this is the best derailment of a show I have ever been a part of, and I'm so
And this
thankful.
is the best sports show on the planet.
I'm so thankful to all of you for this. The chat too. I am thankful for all of you, and I'm definitely thankful to my brothers. This is
John King
beautiful.
and Jesse Jackson had a baby.
Rod,
Oh my!
that's a
gracious.
mic dropper of that of
That's a
every
big.
comment.
That's a big time.
Damn!
And I still pose. And I still pose the question.
What in the blue hell do you think you're doing, you sick freak?
And y'all know where that's from.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know the exact episode where that's from. Okay.
Oh man. I think I laughed.
Wait. I got something.
What do you have?
I know we've been far derailed.
I don't care. I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it too. You know something? Do y'all remember Rikishi?
Of course.
Of course, that's Uso's father.
Yeah, it's Uso's father. Yeah.
A little Rikishi dedication. Or you can have this prior to the bad man Rikishi.
Yeah, people know him more as
Too Cool.
Yeah, they know him more in the Too Cool era. Rikishi.
Yeah, because it's like you guys said, you can't unsee that now.
Stink face. That's right. That's right, Sick.
In more ways than one. Damn it.
Sick. Uncle Foot has a lot of foot furs turned off.
You know, I have lived over the years with a lot of strange people. And a lot of those strange people were in my hometown.
Yes.
My roommate of 2015, take the end of that sentence and you got your answer.
Talking about the end of this sentence?
That one. Like I said, over the years, I've lived with a lot of strange people.
Well, a city as big as Chicago, just like for me, in the city as big as Houston, you can probably run into many, and definitely with Wise, since he lived in New York, which is bigger than both our cities.
Look,
we all
New
have
York
probably
has
come
it.
across and lived with some strange people.
Yes. But I got to share a roommate story. So, and I know he's listening to this. He says he's jealous of me and will no longer listen to my show, which I know was a bunch of BS anyway, because he admitted as such. But
that's cool, Ryan. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
That is cool. Yeah.
Oh, nice. But here's one of my roommate stories. When I was living with this strange roommate in suburban Chicago, I was half asleep when he came into my room and said, "I need to hide up here." I said, "Why do you need to hide in my room?"
Okay.
Do you know this fish-eyed fool of a red-bearded idiot I don't even know how to phrase this, but I'll phrase it the best way I can. Do you know he tried to purchase a woman through a website and gave them our address? I'm like, huh?
Say what?
I wish I was making that up. Love you, Wise.
Okay, hold on. Say that again.
I wish I was making that up.
I want to make sure I heard what I heard.
You heard. You heard. He tried. He had a conversation with a woman. He invited her to the house for you know what.
Of course.
And it required a purchase.
So you're saying he bought a hoe?
A red-bearded version of Deshaun Watson.
So he
was a big-time imbecile.
Well, that goes without saying.
That's a big. He's a big-time imbecile.
And this is the same guy who has tried to play mind games with you all these years. The same guy.
That's a different weirdo.
Oh, I was about to say.
This roommate who was shorter than me, whose ass I've kicked several times, even once when he tried to stop me from going for a drive so I can calm down.
Oh, he asked for that butt woman.
He asked for that ass whooping. Because I dropped him with a body slam, stood him up, and dropped him with a stone cold stunner and walked out.
Wow.
Chicago, where strange happens. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Where strange happens.
Not where strange happens.
Find the lie.
Like I said, you're not the first person that I've met that's come from Chicago. I've heard a few stories about how life is there, and some is cool and makes
and
me
some
say,
are not.
Yeah, it makes me say, man, that's
say it honestly.
Yeah, it makes me say, man, that's a place I would like to live at. And then there's others like that story you just told, where it's like, what the heck goes on in that city?
People eat the food and drink the water.
It's absolutely strange. I'm like, so what? So does the cold actually freeze many of their brain cells? That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. Yes.
And I wish I was joking when I said it.
I'm not. I'm not in response.
I know you are.
Does it freeze many of their brain cells? Look at my face and ask me that question again.
Oh, does the cold in Chicago freeze many of the citizens' brain cells there?
And I respond with this. Does the look on my face answer your question?
Thoroughly. And that's a legit question I've asked.
I know. Because I've asked that question. And I'm a former resident of said city.
Yeah, but say, you asked that question. You live there. That makes it even worse.
I lived in that motherfucker for 20 years, for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for the bad word. I tried not to cuss. I lived in that city for many years. Not only does the cold freeze their brain, but the summer fries their brains.
Yeah, because that city does go through extremes.
And when I say fry, I mean exactly that. Fry. Okay, another roommate story. Mike will not be able to join us because he's still at Patriots practice. So we're going to reset for next week.
Oh, cool.
One more roommate story, and we're gonna blow this joint.
All right, brother.
All right. So he took me to this. He took me to this restaurant. I'm doing everything I can to get away from his ass.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the name of the place. It's called GameWorks in Schaumburg, Illinois. It's an arcade.
Okay.
He took me there for my birthday one year, and I'm trying everything in the book. I'm trying everything in the book to get away from his punk ass, so I can have some fun. Somehow that sumbitch always found me.
Oh no!
I could have been playing skee ball, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been upstairs in the corner playing Pac-Man, didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been in an opposite corner of the building across the street playing Star Wars,
and it still didn't work.
It still didn't work. Were it not for the fact that I didn't have my own wheels back then, I'd have left his ass.
Mm.
I mean, it was everybody who's listening has gone through this. You have the roommate / person that just won't leave you the bloody blank alone. To the point where, and I'm getting a lot off my chest because it's Friday and we're resetting for August on Monday. To the point where, you ready for this one? I'm in my room at the house. I have my headphones on, laptop in front of me, and I'm rocking. I'm doing some editing. I'm getting some things ready. He came into my room and laid right in the bed. Were it not for the fact that I showed some restraint, I'd have punched him in the nuts. And I said, will you get out of bed, please? I need to take...
Are you for real?
I wish I was lying. I absolutely wish I was lying. He said, nope, this is my house and I'm staying right here.
You for real?
I wish I was kidding. And I said, all right, I'll put it another way. Get out of my bed or I'll pick you up and throw you out. You're not going to be able to do it. And finally I said,
That's all I can stand, cause I can't stand no more.
I picked him up, I threw him out, I locked the door. I said a few deleted expletives, but he didn't come back. At least not that day. He didn't come back. Wow. And to answer Six's question, worse.
Carrying the cable guy. Wow.
I'll answer.
And it was worse. Wow.
You know that Napoleon complex we talked about
earlier? Yes. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh Lord, and it's worse. And yeah, it's worse with them because they think they can beat everybody up and want to try. Am I right in this case?
First time he tried with me, I clotheslined his ass.
And I'm saying he wants to try to beat everybody up, including
over and over and over and over again.
Lord, I'm like, look, be happy that you're short.
Be happy that you're living.
Right.
Now I'll leave y'all with a funny one. You know how you get the feeling that someone is out to do you no damn good on a particular day?
Mm-hmm.
I had the house all to myself.
Oh, that's not a bad thing.
No roommate girlfriend. No, nothing.
Oh, that's not a bad thing. That's nice.
Yeah, it didn't last.
No.
I went upstairs. I put on my headphones. I queued up a college football game and passed out. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I had my dinner. I was able to cook something without him barking at me. And at 2 a.m., for some reason, my spider senses went off.
Oh, boy.
Up in bed. And at that point, I heard him pull into the parking lot. I'm like, oh, no. Now what do I do? Well, I had two choices.
Mm-hmm.
A, jump out the window to my deck, or B, play possum because I know he was going to try to creep up to my room and bug me.
Oh, Lord.
And that was one of the times playing possum
did not pan out.
Worked.
It worked? Oh, wow.
Playing possum paid off.
Well, I stand corrected.
Because he came into my room, he said a couple things to me, and I laid as stiff as a board. And sick, you'd be absolutely correct with that assumption. So this entire third hour is going from Uncle Foot to Roommate Chronicles. With a backwards karaoke mixed in. I'm going to make this third hour its own episode on the podcast today.
I mean, look, I'm sorry. I would love to say that I feel bad. I don't.
I'm glad you don't.
because that's exactly.
I don't feel bad when I playfully say, you started this, Ish.
Yes, I did. And I'm real glad I started it. And I feel remiss that I didn't show these comments earlier because I loved it when I saw when Uncle Lori was in everyone's purview. Andrew put forth a laugh. Sick said Uncle Foot with a whole ton of crying emojis. Mm-hmm. Ryan said get the eye bleach.
Yep.
And Andrew came back and said, I didn't need
to see that. And all that came at the top of the hour.
Oh gosh, that set the table for everything.
All that came at the top of the hour.
Oh my God.
Which set this third hour in full motion.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was a thing of beauty.
And you timed it perfectly. I mean, just as soon as Chris Base's intro/outro finished,
mm-hmm.
we get that.
And
what did Chris Base say? Don't soil this. Don't
soil this wonderful
Don't soil this great show by putting crap on it. Well, you just soiled the third hour, doggone it. Oh, am I laughing at it? Yes, I am.
Oh man,
because it was perfect timing.
Yeah. I was like, and the funny thing is, I knew it. I was like, okay, I got this picture. As soon as Enter the Boom Shakalaka officially ends.
Yes. Yes. And that was perfect timing. That was perfect timing. and then you, I didn't mean to put that. You lie.
It slipped. It was an
my ass. I'll repeat what I said at the top of the hour. Like, it slipped. My ass. I didn't slip.
I meant to press the
liar.
Into the bullshit.
Don't soil this program by telling lies, because we know you set that up.
Oh Lord.
And I applaud you.
Thank you.
I applaud you.
Thank you.
We applaud everybody in the chat that's hung with us.
You awesome guys.
Wait a minute. Oh, what a compliment. What a compliment.
Andrew, thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Andrew.
You helped make
it
wonderful.
Hashtag New Jersey Nets. All right.
Oh,
That's
nice
for you,
hashtag.
Andrew.
That's a nice hashtag.
Hashtag New Jersey Nets. Hashtag Seattle Supersonics.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag St. Louis Football Cardinals.
Definitely.
And for you, my friend, hashtag Houston Oilers.
Yes. I'm with Andrew, with you hashtagging the New Jersey Nets.
New Jersey Nets.
And I will take that same yes for the Houston Oilers. Definitely.
Hashtag Houston Oilers. Okay.
And they can move the Texans out of Houston. I don't care.
They could kick they could disband the Texans, for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
What you do, you make a quick brand switch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but the Titans have shut up. We're doing this our way.
Force a sale. Force them selling. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Force them selling.
And Seattle should force OKC to do the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Because what can the Titans do with the Houston Oilers history except plaster in a place, and I've seen it because I live here, plaster in a place where the people who walk by don't appreciate it. Like, they don't appreciate Earl Campbell.
Rested.
They don't appreciate George Blanda. They don't appreciate Warren Moon.
They don't appreciate Curtis Duncan.
They don't appreciate Curtis Duncan or Ernest Givens or Haywood Jeffries
or Drew Hill.
The only reason they can appreciate Bruce Matthews is because he played with them as a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike Munchak because he coached the offensive line. But many of the Oilers greats, and you see their names in the stadium, and you see some of the likenesses and wrapped around the stadium. I'm like, man, these Nashvillians have no clue as to who most of these guys are,
and they never will either.
And they never will, because for them it starts. For them, because it should. It starts with Steve McNair and Eddie George and Frank Wycheck. Those are their greats. So I'm like, cool, have that, because that is who played in Nashville. But the ones who played in Houston, nah, they need to belong in Houston, because that's what they achieved and established their greatness.
Mm-hmm.
And Sick, you're correct.
Yeah,
they did. That's exactly what happened.
So Houston needs to force a sale and say, "Give us the Oilers back, damn it!"
Mm-hmm.
Same with Seattle to OKC. OKC needs it. Seattle just needs to go to OKC and just force a coup.
Yeah.
Kick their asses and take their trademarks back.
Do a reverse coup.
A reverse coup. Absolutely. Just do a reverse coup. Y'all ain't us.
Force Clay Bennett
there's your hashtag right there. Y'all ain't us.
Y'all ain't us. Yeah. Force Clay Bennett to sell to a Seattle resident who's come up with some dough, promises to OKC that they won't move the Thunder, but about 3 years later they move them back to Seattle.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even wait 3 years. I'd do it the day they sign. The day they sign. Okay, the franchise is yours. Okay, get the hell out. We're moving.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. Pull a Stan Kroenke. Promise them a new arena.
Mm-hmm.
Promise them that they will always be Oklahoma City's.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, and by the time the ink is barely dry, you retain ownership of the Thunder. You out. And then we see the very next day
Seattle Supersonics.
Oklahoma City Thunder becomes the Seattle Supersonics.
That's how you handle that. And thank you, Sick. There's our hashtag right there. Yeah. Y'all ain't us. And we say that to every other sports program that tries to be us.
Yeah, y'all
ain't us. Monday, the premiere of McCoffee with McCarthy. The premiere of McCoffee Monday is what I correctly titled it. And of course, Jay Spivey will join us, and we got more shenanigans like this.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we're getting out of here. He's got work to do. I got work to do, and we hope y'all enjoyed this program, especially the final hour. The final hour will be a separate podcast. Trust me on that. We're out of here for now. Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you,
And they are simply not big enough.
We invite y'all to dream big and do bigger. And please, no strange pictures or no strange roommates. We're out of here. See you Monday.
Peace. Football, here we come. See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold, hard facts.